Hello and welcome to the Comic Conspiracy episode 218 for the week of July 14th, 2015. My name is Ryan Higgins, who is here with me this week.
Brock Sager.
And Charlie West. That's right, Mike. I'm on this week.
Yay!
Yeah, Ryan screamed at Charlie that he needed to be here so he wouldn't have a two-man podcast again.
Oh,
No,
fine.
I just found it funny that...
Oh, wait, we got more people!
I actually missed last week, and like the next day, one of my coworkers was giving me shit for missing last week.
Nice. She just said it was working too much. Well, Jim, you're here?
Jim Jokisch is here. Yes,
Hello?
I just flew in town. So.
And boy, are your arms tired.
You didn't hit a duck on the way in?
Toby's here, but Toby's actually not here. He's still his body's here, but his brain's in San Diego.
No, it's zombie con Toby that's walking around right now.
Toby and Lane are going to be on next week to regale us with all their con stories from San Diego. But we also have another special guest here this week. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Trip Bacon.
Hello, Trip.
Hi.
You are a longtime customer of ours?
I am, yes, since 2000, I think.
Now residing in the great state of whatever
Oregon.
that thing is?
Yes.
Oregon?
Yes.
As they say?
Where they actually get rain.
Do they call it Oregon up there?
Oh, goodness, don't...
I'm from the East Coast, so I can say it.
Yeah, don't say that. I've learned that as well. You don't call it Oregon.
Oregon?
Yes, it's Oregon.
It's Oregon.
It's Oregon.
You are...
He is from Portlandia.
Yeah.
I am. Not originally, but yes, I am now.
That is a great show, by the way.
It is.
Portlandia is hilarious.
Some of the episodes are
very extremely accurate, too. Yeah. Extremely accurate.
It can be.
So, you like comic books.
I like comic books. I've been for many, many years.
Why don't you tell us your secret origin of how you got into comic books?
Oh, great. Yes, so my secret origin goes back many years. So I've been reading since, 1985, 6, 7 time frame, I believe. Okay. I'm a child of the 80s, so of course I loved G.I. Joe.
Cool.
And my gateway comic was, of course, the old Larry Hama G.I. Joe comics. So
there's a lot of people that are a couple years older than me that was all... It was that or Transformers or Star Wars.
Nope,
those
it
three.
It was G.I. Joe.
Yep.
G.I. Joe. And so I was pawing through the back issues here earlier today to try to figure out exactly what my first issue was. And it was either issue 12 or issue 15, I believe it was.
Okay.
Picked it off a spinner rack at a drugstore in Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay.
Probably in a summertime when I was visiting my grandmother. So
nice.
Those were the first.
Sounds about one of my first memories of buying a comic, and I think it was Spawn off of a spinner rack at a store in a small town.
Yep.
So
I'm looking at mine. Mine was a Werewolf by Night number 38 off the spinner rack. This is the actual comic from 1976. This 4-part issue, the 4 issues.
Oh, you actually wait. That's actually not like from our back issue. Being like that's
no. That is these are the original issues I pulled out of the spinner rack way back when.
Nice.
I still read these 4 issues because I love the story.
Nice. Is Jim's mic on?
It's on.
Oh, it is on. Okay.
I
There you
back
go.
away a little bit.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, it sounded weird.
You're used to Bryce's volume.
I am. Why'd you bring your comic? That's cool though.
I was reading them on the airplane.
Nice.
Wow. Since I've had all my laptops stolen and everything, I needed to go manual.
Oh, jeez.
So.
Oh, wow.
So
nice
85, 86.
Somewhere around there, yeah. Whenever those the Hasbro toys were popular, I started reading the comics.
So
bought a subscription.
Oh, okay.
A mail order subscription where they used to bend the crap out of them.
Yeah.
They get stuffed into a mailbox and they'd be in a brown paper kind of sleeve, and they were torn to hell.
The minute you ask the mailman not to bend anything,
is the
minute he folds it specifically in half.
Exactly.
Is this like elementary school, middle school?
That would be high school for me.
Okay,
actually,
high school.
Yes.
Okay,
I graduated in 89, so that was maybe it was 86. Sophomore year of high school, probably.
Okay. So where did you go off to college? You keep reading?
I kept on reading. Actually, at that point, I went to. I still remember those covers in my brain. So my first non-G.I. Joe comic was either Uncanny X-Men 210, which was a Mutant Massacre issue. I remember it was. Yeah, it's a blue cover.
That's why you're such a big Romita Jr. fan.
Yeah, it must be
because that was
he was.
That's that era.
He was at that time, and then an Amazing Spider-Man issue somewhere in the 280s. I don't know. There was an Absorbing Man in Titania.
Okay,
maybe on a Bob Layton cover.
Oh, that was right after Secret Wars. Then
it was, and it was just prior to I think Kraven's Last Hunt.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
I probably bought a couple of issues, and then definitely by Kraven's Last Hunt, that was when I was hooked by
Kraven's Last
Spider-Man.
Hunt. That is an excellent 6-part issue, 6-part series right there.
Now, I know you as a big Eric Larsen fan.
I'm an Eric Larsen guy, yes. Am I the only Eric Larsen guy?
No,
hey,
no.
nice.
No.
Nice.
Two of the
He gets
5
2 issues of Savage Dragon.
I get 5,
Yeah.
and 2 of the 5 are sitting at this table together. I've got these same 5 copies for
Yes.
when did you start shopping here?
2000,
So probably since 2000.
Yep, exactly.
The same 5 people have been buying Savage Dragon.
I have been an Eric Larsen fan since his days on Amazing Spider-Man, of course.
You're a Spider-Man fan, so
Yes.
is that where this comes from?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I actually went back. Brock knows this. That I went back and got all the Larsen Amazing Spider-Man issues.
Cool.
I've recently created my own bound copy. I don't know what
There
to
was
call it.
a lot of texting from this man that I got when he was going through the
I was
process.
super excited to get that. That was my first one.
The best part was when he sent it off and had to wait.
Oh, yeah. It does take a long time.
And that 6-week wait was hell.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
I would tweet him,
My babies.
So is it there yet?
Yeah.
Is it, oh, no.
I would send them an email like every 2 weeks. Is it ready yet? No, we said 6 to 8 weeks. Is it ready yet? No, 2 more weeks.
Did you use the Herring and Robinson here?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. So
Turn out well?
it was, it looks great. Other than they did forget the, what's the
ribbon?
The ribbon, yeah.
The marker ribbon.
Yeah, they forgot that. I was a bit bummed about that. But otherwise, it looks great.
That's cool.
Well worth the money.
Yeah.
Of rebuying those issues. I should say I bought a second copy of all those issues and then got them bound.
Oh, nice. Just, that's what I did when I did my New Warriors run. I just put together a second run because I was like, I need my originals. Yes. So into the 90s and 2000s.
Their originals of
That's
the
right.
Warriors.
That's right. Into the Larsen Savage Dragon years, and then into the 90s, and then here we are.
I think Walking Dead was probably the next big one for you.
It was.
I know you're also a huge Kirkman fan.
I'm also a Kirkman fan. I bought Walking Dead #2 here in the store. #1 actually, I bought at the. I was still living here. What was the comic book shop in the Valley Fair Mall? Or is that the name of the mall right over here?
Talking about Valco?
Yeah,
The
Valco.
Mall?
Yes.
Yeah,
Legends. Yeah, I found 2 copies of #1 in that Legend store, and I bought it. And then from #2, I've always gotten The Walking Dead here and Invincible.
Cool.
And every Kirkman,
everything else,
Kirkman book
yeah.
that has been released.
Yeah.
You just got the Loot Crate variant for like $132 or
I
something
did.
from here.
Man, that's amazing. How did I get my hands on that one? Brock, thanks.
Somebody turned it in. I was like, I think you would like this, and I put it off
I appreciate
to the side.
it. Thank you very much.
So I know with Marvel and DC, I know we've talked about this too. You've been a little on the slide there with those guys.
I am, yes.
You're a big indie guy right now. So.
I tend to be more, indie. Yes, outside of actually, say I love the Star Wars books. Well, I shouldn't say I love them all, but I do love Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, but yes, my Marvel and DC reading is on the decline right now, which is not the first time this happened.
You're not the only one.
I seem to recall it happening late '90s. I wasn't reading a whole lot until the Quesada Gemis era started at Marvel.
I didn't.
That mid to late '90s era of Marvel, I have nothing.
I read like 1 or 2 Marvel books that whole time. Yeah, that was it. So what are you into the movies? Tell the audience, what do you like? You like the TV shows, the movies?
Oh, I like it all, of course.
Cool.
I like it all. Yes. Obviously, I'm waiting for Star Wars, but I watch everything. Arrow, Flash, Walking Dead.
Excellent.
Yes. So,
and you've got
iZombie. I gotta ask.
iZombie. You know what? Actually, I have have gotten them through various and nefarious means, but they're on my iPad to watch.
I love
next,
iZombie.
I haven't watched iZombie
Really?
yet either, but I did burn through all the Daredevils, and I'm looking forward to.
It's really funny.
To the next series coming out. Yeah.
Well, it is from the co-creator of or the creator of Veronica Mars, and I love Veronica Mars. So I have them. I just haven't gotten them yet.
Yeah. Now, you also something that probably a lot of people that listen to this podcast or the Geekbox do it. You travel to Japan often.
I do. Yes, I have a long history with Japan.
One, do you read manga? Are you into any anime? Do you collect giant robot action figures?
I do not. As a matter of fact, no. I'm a little different in that.
So you go to Japan. You're a nerd, and you go to Japan,
Yes.
and yet you don't do any of the nerdy shit there.
Not anymore. No. No. So I initially I got interested in Japan by Bubblegum Crisis.
Okay.
So that was the anime that I loved as a kid. Bubblegum
Old
Crisis.
school anime stuff, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They just released that Kickstarter. I got a Blu-ray of it.
Did they really?
Yeah, they've released
Yeah.
that
So
for
that
years.
was actually the anime that got me interested in studying Japanese.
Okay.
Please
but
explain
at some
to our
point
listeners
I-
afterwards.
Yeah. But at some
Like
point I
9 people
stopped.
just showed up with like tons of Comic-Con swag. So, but we're not going to look at any of this stuff. We're recording a podcast now.
That's right.
We're professionals, damn it.
So at some point, I became more interested in language, Japanese language, and Japanese girls.
You got married.
I got married.
Kids.
Yes, go figure. Became involved with a Japanese woman and married her. So yes,
So basically, you've threatened me a few times. You're like, when I go to Japan,
I
if
have.
you want me to get something, I'm
have.
like,
But you never take me up on my offer.
All of Akihabara. Just put it on your credit card. Bring it back. I'll sort through it. Yeah. Just be like, I'll take it. All of it. Like, what kind of? If you want anything, I don't know what the hell I want.
It's like
it's overwhelming.
You won't pay for comic books at this shop for a very long time if you do that.
Well, it is, Akihabara, you can get lost for hours and days on end. So.
Yeah.
Especially if that's the stuff you like, whether it's electronics or models or figures or
You need to go to the Pokemon store.
Yeah.
You need to be like, I want all the limited Pikachus.
I have been to a Pokemon store with my kids.
Nice.
I think my eyeballs rolled back in my head and I got bored. But they knew exactly what the hell was going on. So
yeah. There's a mailman Pikachu. Man, that thing is the cutest. Oh, I'd have no idea. Like they have all these Pikachu as other things, and I'm like, oh no. I can't even look at these. No. Although,
so if you want to fuck with him,
I got something for you.
What's that?
When was the next time you're going?
Maybe October.
Okay,
September, October, probably.
If I can't get it before then, if it's not out,
but my family is in Japan right now, and there's always a possibility that I can make a request. I can't guarantee that it'll come, but I can always make a request.
You know Nintendo.
Yes.
You heard of them?
Yes. Oh, I think I have, yeah.
You know Amiibos?
Amiibos, yeah. I know you always tweeting about this stuff. I have no idea what it is.
They're little Nintendo action figures.
Okay.
Do you know Rob, the robotic operating buddy? Is that what it's called?
I do not know.
It's a toy that came with the original NES.
Okay.
And in Japan, it was colored like white and... Like white and orange is like the color of the system, and in America it's like gray. That's just the color of the system here.
Right.
There's a Japanese only Rob that's coming out in Japan for Amiibo that's a different color.
Is it?
That's going to be a hot ticket.
Where do you buy it at?
I don't know.
You need to send me a link.
I will find out.
Or a picture.
I will find out.
And
when is it coming out?
If it's before the end of the month, and if it's orderable through Amazon.co.jp,
you got a place for it.
That always works.
We'll talk after the podcast.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
All right. We're going to be talking about San Diego Comic-Con. Like I said, next week we're going to have lots of personal stories, but this week's going to be a little more news-based. So, hopefully the boys in the background can not be too loud. But that is one fucking large bag of stuff from Comic-Con. Jesus.
You're resisting the urge to stop the podcast right now.
I got like an hour and 15 more minutes to record this podcast, and I'll tear it.
The bag is totally themed to like the comics we were talking about with G.I. Joe and Transformers on the one side.
Toby's showing me some Scotty Young Disney pins. All right, so... And Bryce just rolled in too, so he's going to be on here in a few. But we're gonna have some comic news real quick. So I'm going to kind of shotgun a bunch of this. There's a few really big things to talk about. So if any of this is like super awesome and you want to talk about it, just jump right in. Otherwise, I'm gonna throw out a bunch of stuff here.
Suicide Squad.
No. We're gonna start with comic stuff first.
Okay.
And one of the big announcements, if you heard about Dark Knight Part 3 is coming out. The Master Race.
Okay.
By Frank Miller. I don't even.
Frank Miller.
Yeah, Frank Miller, Brian Azzarello, Andy Kubert, and Klaus Janson. So we got now the creative team and the wait, to say Andy? Yeah, Andy Kubert.
Yes.
I thought Snyder was in there somewhere too.
No,
wasn't that rumored initially that he was working on it, but then it was confirmed as Azzarello?
Yeah, just Azzarello, which is fine. So this is going to be an 8-issue, 32-page miniseries with
8 issues?
Yeah, but
crap.
It's half Dark Knight 3 and half another story. So there's going to be backups in every issue that is by other creative teams, characters in the world. So it's really like a 64-page comic by Frank Miller.
Yeah.
But
so is there actually going to be Frank Miller art?
He is confirmed to be doing at least some art on it. Yeah. With the way Miller's stuff has been going on the last couple of years and his sort of personality, I don't know what to expect from this, but I expect it'll sell well. So, Dark Knight Strikes Again was pretty terrible, and it sold phenomenally. So, Bryce has a crown. Oh, Bryce has a Groot hat. Okay, that's what that is. Looks like a crown. Take a seat, Bryce. Bryce, why don't you read the note that's in front of you there?
Bryce, because we need, tongue face, the distance from you and Higgins this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Love, Ryan Higgins.
That's actually Brock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Dark Knight 3. Oh, wait till we get to the Superman Batman trailer. Then we'll need that.
You couldn't have. I've fucking been delayed on the train for an hour. You couldn't have taken care of that before I got here.
No, because that's the whole point of the podcast is to talk about that for an hour.
There are people who are excited
like for this.
Right, but I think that the people that hate it, including myself.
Again, you're jumping ahead. Okay, let's move on to IDW announced Street Fighter Cross G.I. Joe, along with IDW, obviously, and Udon coming up with a... I feel like someone's standing behind me, but no one is. Charlie's looking like a ghost is on my shoulder. Street Fighter Cross G.I. Joe. So for all you kids out there that loved Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and Transformers as kids, now you can have the 2015 version of that. So more mashup comics. Everyone loves mashup comics.
I'm just more excited for the other mashup comic they're doing from IDW.
What's the other one?
The Turtles and Batman.
Oh, yeah, that is further down my list. But yes, we can talk about that as well. Yes, they are doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman crossover. First, DC's been doing a number of these out of company crossovers with IDW. They did the Star Trek Legion one, and now the Green Lantern. Star Trek, the J.J. Abrams Star Trek stuff. So, and yeah, that Turtles Batman. That's Turtles Batman has been requested for a long time, so that's cool to see. Vertigo announced they are not actually just going to shut down because they're not making comics. They are actually quadrupling down and have signed on a great string of creators, including Darwin Cook, Gilbert Hernandez, Mike Allred, Lauren Bukes, Holly Black, Gail Simone, and many others to work on 12 new original series that are going to start October, November, and December, 12 weeks in a row, new number ones every single week from Vertigo. And on the retailer end, Vertigo's done a lot of really good returnability options in the past, so hopefully they're going to stick with that, and stores will be able to order quite a few with little risk.
A couple are going to return your issues.
Oh, well, sure, I'll return a bunch of them, but I'm going to go through these real quick. Twilight Children by Gilbert Hernandez and Darwin Cook, Survivors Club by Laura Bukes, Dale Halverson and Ryan Kelly, Clean Room by Gail Simone and John Davis Hunt, and she's been promoting that a lot. And Art Ops by Sean Simon and Mike Allred. There's not a lot of description of these books, but I'm just going to go through and read some titles. I swear to God, Comic Book Resources, if you ever show me your email subscription form again,
I hate that
kill
thing
you.
on mobile. You have to go out of the file. You have to go out and go back in, and hopefully it doesn't pop up again because you can't close the damn thing.
Unfollow number 1 by Rob Williams and Mike Dowling. Slash and Burn by Bryce's favorite. That's Cy Spencer, not Cy Spurrier. That's a different person.
Infinitely better.
Max Dunbar and Andre Parks. Red Thorn by David Bale and Megan Hetrick. And Jack number 1 by Eric Krimpy and John Higgins. A lot of indie guys and small press guys that are being pulled into Vertigo from this. It's very cool to see a lot of new creators come for DC at least coming in, and people that haven't worked with DC or Vertigo before. December is Sheriff of Baghdad number 1.
Did you mention Lucifer?
That's coming by Tom King and Mitch Gerards. New Romancer number 1 by Pete Milligan, coming back, longtime Vertigo regular.
His names wasn't bad.
And Brett Parson. Yeah, I need to read that. Last Gang in Town by Simon Oliver, again, another longtime Vertigo guy, and Rufus Dayglow. And finally, a new Lucifer series by Holly Black and Lee Garbett, which will kind of split the difference, I think, between the TV show which is coming up and the original comic. So, I don't think they're going to change Lucifer too much. I mean, the show seems different from the comic, but I expect it'll be cool.
So does that mean that Allred is done with Silver Surfer? Did they announce that? Did they say anything about that? Not that I'm reading Silver Surfer, but
there hasn't been an announcement of more Surfer yet. Yeah. They did
not through the last days, right? Whenever that is, 13,
right.
14, 15, something like that.
They did announce today that not every Marvel number 1 is shipping in October. This feels like it's
air quoted October was correct.
Yeah. So because of the delays from Secret Wars, some of the new books are starting in October. Some of them are going to start in November. It may even slip to some starting in December. So it's not going to be like a New 52 where they roll out everything in 1 month. It's actually going to be rolled out through the course of a couple months. So unfortunate, but maybe smarter in the long run. We'll see.
That was my same thought about Allred, but yeah, I haven't seen any Surfer information since all this started, basically.
Yeah.
He's too connected to the Fantastic Four.
What? We also have a new Chewbacca miniseries by Jerry Duggan and Phil Noto that's going to follow up the current Lando series, so Star Wars.
I'm already more excited for Chewbacca than I am for Lando, but that's a given.
I didn't read the number 1, but I heard it's pretty good.
Lando, number 1? Yeah, I enjoyed
like
it.
it?
It was
I
good.
don't care. It's Chewbacca. I need it.
I think that Princess Leia series kind of, with the stellar creative team, kind of surprised a lot of people that it wasn't all that hot. So I'm curious. I'm hoping.
For me, that was the weakest of
these
the four that
continue
are out so
and
far.
do well. Yeah.
Next up,
Weakest? God, it was terrible.
I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah, I know.
All right, yeah, let's hit some of these big guys here. This is for Toby, who's in the back of the room. Dark Horse announced the Legend of Korra comic book series, which is going to be done by Korra co-creator Michael Dante DiMartino. And Korra, I mean, all the Avatar books for Dark Horse, so popular.
Are they going to do the same format that they've been doing for the Avatar books with the sort of like small little, almost OGN-sized ones? Or
Don't believe they announced it. There may have been something post Comic-Con, but I don't believe they announced the schedule of it now. Which those little OGNs are perfect, and they should continue that style. But if they want a regular comic format and then reprint it in that style, I wouldn't be surprised because
as long as they make it to the hardcovers too, it's all good.
Well,
with me.
they'll keep the file, they'll keep the size format, and then they'll double dip and yeah. So what else we got here? A couple
Big one for Ryan.
What's that?
The next one.
Couple DC and Marvel, but DC had a lot of big announcements here. Jeff Johns, we didn't know if there were going to be crossovers for Darkseid War, which is the big Justice League crossover right now. Bryce is just like, I'm so bored to talk about E's for Extinction.
Keep going.
Dude, I really like the East for Extinction.
Jeff Johns revealed that he's going to be writing a number of Justice League 1. I believe he's actually writing all these. I should say.
I don't think so. In the
various
solicitation
creative
today,
teams.
it showed other creative teams.
Okay. That there's going to be a number of Justice League God and Men 6 one-shot issues that are going to kind of spin out of this. The way DC has done their crossovers recently has been, we're not going to actually have a crossover in the books. We're going to have these little one-shots, so you can ignore them if you want, or you can read them if you want. So it's perfect because it gives people a chance to check out these extra books. Oh yeah, the Batman one's written by Peter Tomasi, which good on that. So you're excited for that. More Peter Tomasi on Batman. Oh, I miss that. There's a couple more.
Peter Tomasi on Green Lantern I missed too.
Oh yeah,
Or Green Lantern Corps.
Good core. Yeah,
Man.
yeah. It was so good. Are you reading Superman Wonder Woman?
No.
It's good.
No.
It's good.
I only read The Flash. That's the only DC
It's
book I'm
Peter
reading right
Tomasi and Doug Monkey.
now. Doesn't matter.
That's the Green Lantern Corps
sorry.
people.
Wait a minute,
What
wait a minute.
Superman is that? I don't recognize this Superman.
The only DC book you're reading?
Is The Flash.
Did I miss? Who is this gentleman?
We've met before. Very briefly here in the
Okay,
store.
but now you have to burst Bryce's bubble and say what Marvel book you're reading.
Oh. What am I reading right now? What am I reading?
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man. Yes,
Amazing.
I do read Spider-Man.
Yeah, big amazing Spidey fan.
I read all the.
a good
Yes,
answer.
I was on the the Bendis X-Men books. What else do I read regularly
yes.
from Marvel?
That was a good
Nothing
era.
Hickman.
I'm a little. Nothing from Hickman, and then I think from the Secret Wars stuff, I'm reading Marvel Zombies. What else? Inferno. And
Oh, Bryce.
sorry,
He was ready for Marvel Zombies.
yeah, I know, because it's
Bryce looks like he just bit into a
Simon
lemon.
Spurrier, right?
No.
I've never read.
Wait, which Marvel Zombies?
No, I'm reading the one with Kev Walker art, and that's
Yeah.
the reason why I'm reading it.
Yeah.
I know you hate the writer, right? Spurrier.
No, but do you listen to the podcast?
I do generally, yes. I'm a little behind
So
right
on
now.
the last issue or episode that I was on, against all odds.
Yes.
Against all odds. I liked that book.
Did you? The Marvel Zombies?
Despite Cy Spurrier's
Yeah.
greatest efforts
Okay.
to do yet another fucking UK character with their Cockney accent,
Yes.
who's Elsa Bloodstone. It was fucking great.
It was
I
very
thought
good,
From the
yes.
cover, I thought that it was going to be Black Widow, but I was pleasantly surprised that it was Elsa, and she was fucking great. I haven't read issue number 2 yet, but
Hey, Bryce, let's talk about some shitty DC comics. You ready for these shitty DC comics?
Well, pretty much it's
So-
all kind of crappy right
No.
now.
oh, can I get a high five? You're not looking at me.
So the biggest asshole in comic books, Neil Adams, is going to be doing a 6-part miniseries called The Coming of Superman.
So is there only like 2
It
issues
is
gonna come
not
out?
called. It is not.
It's
called
Coming
The Coming
of
of Superman.
Yeah.
Coming of the Superman.
Yeah, Coming of the Superman. Yeah. Could feature
This
Neil
is too good to be
Adams.
true. Keep going.
Neil Adams, Superman,
The new
drawing
Bukaki
Superman, writing and drawing a Superman
Bukaki.
book. Based around Fourth World.
Is it going to be as batshit insane as that Batman book he was doing a couple years ago?
I expect.
Yeah.
I expect it's kind of the same follow-up.
Wait, honestly, how does Neil Adams get work? Still,
He's a name.
his books do not sell. You can't tell me they sell. Do they sell?
So a little bit.
That's okay. If I'm not mistaken, they announced an omnibus of his Batman
Let
work.
me put it like this.
God damn it, Charlie!
Well, the
You
problem.
don't shave for a couple days. You are cosplaying as Chewbacca. I don't.
Well, here's the thing. His original Batman stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
The problem is
Right.
The problem is they gave it to him and he recolored everything and it looks terrible. If the omnibus is his recolored versions, nope, just burn it because it's awful, just like the first hardcovers were. But if they're actually the original prints, I'll totally buy it because it's awesome. He used to. In words that you would understand, he's John Byrne / Chris Claremont.
John Burns /
At one
Chris
point,
Claremont.
Free John Byrne.
At
right?
one point, the biggest name, one of the greatest, well-known, most respected creators in the industry.
Wait. Okay, I see what you're saying now. But
For that
why are
company-
you saying that? Like, I know. Like, you might as well have said.
No, you asked why does he still get work? Because he's a name. That's why.
Yeah.
He's a legend, right?
Yeah.
No, but okay. I see what you're doing. But John Byrne and Chris Claremont haven't fallen off the fucking horse as hard as this cowboy.
Have you seen John Byrne stuff in the last 20 years? Have you read anything by Chris Claremont?
No, but Chris Claremont's Nightcrawler wasn't as bad as Neil Adams' current work.
I agree with you. His
Boom,
Nightcrawler
Charlie
was good.
agrees. It is law.
It wasn't as
But that
bad.
was the first time in a while that
No, Chris
guys made me
Claremont has
wanna-
fucking shut the bed a lot. But like,
and the art really helped that book too.
Yep, I agree. But I do also think that Neil. How do I say? I got nothing positive to say. Just keep it going.
The next book, written by pompous nerd that completely misses the point, is Max Landis' 7-part Superman's Alien American. I do not like this guy. I really liked Chronicle.
What are you reading?
But-
Because mine says American Alien.
The Superman Alien American. The 7-part Alien American is what
Mine
I got.
says American Alien.
Well,
Wait, what the fuck are you reading that he's not reading?
It's the comic book resources thing.
mine says 7-part Superman Alien American. Max Landis has written a lot of kind of nerdy stuff, and I feel he misses the point and is kind of annoyingly pompous. I have no other way to put that. I don't know how else to explain this stuff. I'm curious about this book, but I don't like this guy's work. So, DC, you got some big names coming in, but man, I'm not excited for this stuff at all. Hopefully there'll be some more stuff, but I don't know. We also have a couple more DC books that they announced. Some stuff spinning out of Convergence. There's going to be Superman, Lois and Clark by Dan Jurgens and Lee Weeks, which is going to be the pre-New 52. Whoa, Charlie! The pre-New 52 Lois and Clark, continuing the story from Convergence with the kid and everything. That was a breakout hit book. That was one of the most popular ones. People love that interpretation, and they're going to continue that. Jeff King, who did Convergence, is going to do a new Telos series based around the kind of new character they introduced in Convergence.
So I have to admit, I did a double take when I saw that title.
Telos?
Because I thought of the
Yeah.
Mike Wieringo.
Yeah.
What was it? An Image? No, it was before Image. It was
I
a
think-
Guerrilla Comics.
I think it was
originally.
attached to Image at one point.
It was
Yes.
it was Gorilla, then it was Homage, and then it was Image, right?
But
Yeah.
I did because I think the first maybe the first article listed as TELLOS.
Oh, they spelled it like that.
And I was like,
Ringo,
what?
Yeah.
Did I miss something? Are they bringing it back? But apparently not.
Yeah. Also, if you're a fan of the sort of grown-up Titans, they're going to continue again those characters. Titan Hunt with Dick Grayson, Roy Harper, Donna Troy, Garth. So those are Hank Hall, Hawk and Dove. So I love those versions of the Titans. So I am curious about that book. Superman, maybe. Telos, I'll check it out. I may like Convergence. So we shall see.
Just out of curiosity, did
yeah.
you like Convergence more than Secret Wars?
Well, Secret Wars
Not a
isn't
troll
done yet.
comment. Like, I actually know that you have been moderately enjoying Secret Wars.
No, Secret Wars
and-
is really good. I mean, the main Secret Wars book. I mean, I like what Convergence was trying to do, but I feel like it failed at the end. It didn't actually do anything, right? I thought what I was hoping they were going to do.
Except spun off to a bunch of books now.
But those books could have existed by all. You didn't
just
need
fucking put
Convergence,
those books.
right? Everyone thought Convergence was about bringing back the old versions and having them still exist that people can use, but it's like, oh, new versions of the old versions, and that's nothing. Secret Wars potentially.
Where I'm curious about these new books.
Yeah.
Actually.
Well, we'll find out what happens to them when they're all canceled in 6 months. Did anyone? I tweeted this over the weekend. Did you, Brock? Did you see this? I don't know. I was rereading some old books, and I was going through that.
Just finish your fucking thought. You were gonna say, but Secret Wars, and
hold
you
on.
stopped.
I was going through the Harley Quinn Comic-Con special from last year.
Yeah, I saw that.
And there's a piece.
That was great.
There's a panel where Jimmy Palmiotti is writing Harley Quinn, and Harley's talking to Dan Didio, and he's giving an interview, and he says, we're going to have a series called DCU in which we let creators do whatever they want to do with the characters. Every copy will sell 1,000 copies and be canceled within 6 months. And like, I don't think anyone actually caught that he put this in the book. So they've obviously been talking about this for, at this point, well over a year. But it was like a funny dig at something that nobody knew was coming, and I never saw anyone repost that panel. So go look at it if you got the Harley annual from last year, but or the Harley Comic-Con one shot from last year. But Secret Wars has the potential to, be way better than Convergence. Obviously, quality wise, it's way better at this point. It just depends on how it ends, really. So Convergence set up some cool ideas, didn't follow through, and didn't do anything at the end. Secret Wars, it ends with the Marvel Universe being reborn and Doom being beaten. I'm obviously, but
Spoiler alert.
well,
Wait,
No.
Doom's always been beaten.
they shut down the company and never published another comic, and it's all Doom comics from here on out. Which actually
DC was
Would
basically
be fucking
would be-
incredible.
would be
DC Convergence
crazy.
was basically just a place marker.
Can you
That's
imagine-
all it was.
can
It
you
was
imagine
just
if-
2 months so they can move.
Can you imagine if every book that came out was just like 52 Doom comics that came out in October?
The Doom 4 and the X Doom and the Mighty Dooms.
I would
Wait, like the
totally.
Doom 4.
I would Marvel.
Really?
Red Doom.
That would be
Which Red Doom?
The
That'd be
Uncanny
amazing.
Doom.
Yeah.
By the way, when are we going to stop talking about your boring DC news and get to Marvel news?
I'm waiting for the movie
comic-wise,
news.
There wasn't a ton, but we got a couple more. Almost done with the comic stuff.
Keep it going then.
Archie's continuing with crazy books. They're doing an Archie cross Vampirella comic, which is Veronica cross Vampirella. Totally crazy.
Totally crazy.
It is.
Afterlife of Archie was,
Is it a Kickstarter?
they sort of went there with Afterlife of Archie, and now it's like, okay, Vampirella, okay.
Okay, let's quick
Check
Oh,
the
come on.
boxes.
They already did Predator. They're just going down the properties list.
Exactly.
Somebody just compiled a list and is just going down, going,
Pretty
check.
soon Archie will be
check-
driving with a
check.
Transformer. All right, come on.
Let's quick hit some of these real quick. We also have Archie's going to team up with the Ramones, so that should be another bizarre Archie.
So that wasn't
comic.
an article from The Onion.
No, that's real.
was real?
That's real. IDW got the license to Micronauts and ROM. Marvel fans everywhere are
wow.
devastated.
Rom?
Yeah.
Holy
I'm trying to get my Micronauts buying
Wait,
together. I need to
I'm
get
trying to
2 more
imagine the
issues.
business transaction that occurred there where some salesman was like, well, we can let you have Micronauts and ROM. Whereas the
IDW
Marvel
just-
rep was like, what the fuck? Like,
IDW just
Let you have it.
licenses.
Take it, please.
Well, they haven't had the license of those guys in like 30 years, right? But people
Rom's
keep
held by Hasbro or somebody like that, right?
I think so.
why
I think
wouldn't
that's
they just let Marvel hold on to it in the interim if they're not producing comics just so that they can tout that, oh, yeah, licensed by Marvel?
Well, what Marvel
That's more
did-
brand name than not being branded or
What-
licensed, I'm sorry.
What Marvel did
Micro
with
Doom
Star
Nuts.
Wars, Micronauts, ROM, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and all these books is they were very clever. They created their own characters that they inserted into these titles, giving them some weird legal holdings onto those comics that have only fairly recently kind of untangled, because IDW's been reprinting their stuff, including appearances by like Spider-Man and other characters. They would not only create a Transformer or a Joe or a Bug, right? It was a character from Micronauts.
Oh my God, I remember Buck.
They crossed Rom over with Nova and Fantastic Four, and so they would
Rom
actually
did a crossover with everybody. X-Men.
Yeah,
I mean, for a while there, the Wraiths were everywhere.
One of the first they brought the race into the other books. One of the first
Right.
appearances of the Byrne Claremont X-Men, the actually not Byrne Claremont, the post all new X-Men was in Micronauts, or sorry, was in ROM. It was one of the first appearances outside of Giant Size in '94. So yeah, crazy, weird shit. DC Comics. We heard Milestone was coming back, Static Shock, Hardware, all that stuff. DC's going to publish them.
God.
DC Comics is going to publish them. This is kind of big news. I had no idea this was
Icon and
gonna
all
happen.
those.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hardwire.
I won't go about this too long, but Grant Morrison is going to be releasing a series of original graphic novels called Multiversity 2, based around the continuation of Multiversity. So, best news ever. And J. Michael Straczynski is doing Flash Earth 1. There's going to be there's going to be a Paul McGann Doctor Who miniseries from IDW. I'm just trying to hit some of these big things here. We got that. We got Back to the Future comic from IDW. I don't want to go for too long because it really is like the most stories ever here.
Aren't they doing a Back to the Future day around that too?
Yeah. Just in the solicitations today, there's going to be Batman and Robin Eternal. So that's going to be
That's the title of the Robin War stuff.
Yeah. Finally, Bryce.
Robin Wars.
Because Marvel, like DC, actually spread their stuff over a bunch of different stuff. Marvel actually had all their stuff in one big panel. So let me get this panel up here, and we'll start off with the biggest news of all. There's going to be a new Squirrel Girl comic coming out of.
Thank God!
all different Marvel.
You fucking troll! Get on.
Also,
I just bought another Squirrel Girl first appearance in the Marvel Holiday Special.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
A lot of the more info of a lot of this has come out, but you can look this up. And again, we'll talk about these as they start to come through. There's going to be a new Blade series with a female Blade. There's going to be an all-ages Spider-Man comic set in continuity called Spidey.
Super Stories?
Wait, which Spider-Man is it?
It's Peter Parker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's going to be
Isn't Miles going to be in continuity as well?
There's going to be more comics coming up, including Black Panther, Red Wolf, Hercules, Starbrand, Black Widow.
Red Wolf?
Yeah, they
Oh my
teased him in
God.
that original one.
Starbrand from the New Universe?
Yeah.
The
yeah.
Pit?
Well, he was in
Starbrand with the Pit?
Starbrand was in the Hickman Avengers stuff. They brought back all the New Universe
What?
stuff. Yeah, all the New Universe stuff came back in Hickman's Avengers.
Wait, where else is he other than the Hickman Avengers?
Dude, if they bring back NFL Pro,
I didn't know that Starbrand had been back since
US Army.
1989.
There's going to be a new.
Starbrand was in 1989.
Well, whenever the
Yeah.
New Universe, when did that launch? What year was that? New Universe.
87, 86.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Wait,
Yeah.
the little
80.
blonde teenage dude from Hickman's Avengers
Yeah.
was from. He's been around since '89.
all the New Universe characters, yeah.
yeah, he
The
had
Starbrand is what caused the Pit.
yeah, Starbrand had like
What the
20
fuck is the
issues in
Pit?
an
The
annual.
The Pit was Pittsburgh until it turned into a giant crater. Now it's called the Pit.
And we also have a new Devil.
I got nothing.
A potential,
schooled.
a potential new Devil Dinosaur series, and they finally released the cover for Secret Wars #8, which is an epic kind of multiverse-looking destruction going on while Doom and Reed Richards are fighting, confirming that Reed Richards will die at the end of the series, and the FF will be completely gone from Marvel continuity.
Dude,
Nailed it.
nailed it.
Yeah, you know this is happening, right? I mean, it's not a
What is
question.
happening?
They're gonna just dump the FF entirely.
Oh.
Like they never even happened.
Wait, so how much of what you just said was speculation versus actual? You said
The
confirmed.
cover is confirmed. Yeah, the cover. They showed the cover.
Okay, so that's all that's confirmed is
Yeah.
that they're fighting.
I just
Yeah.
You just said a lot of shit. And
No, the cover is like it's like multiverse kind of breaking around them, and it's Doom and Richards fighting. The cover of #8. That's,
okay.
But-
let me just say that sounds incredible, and that this series has been incredible, and that Secret Wars #4 was fucking really, really good.
Yep, they've all been.
all been good.
They've all been good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they have all been good, but the #4 is the most recent one for me to get excited about. Yeah, dude, fucking, it was a really good book.
Yeah. Yeah.
not the best.
Trust I could go on at length about it.
Yeah, we will. I know once you get a little more caught up in the minis, give it a couple weeks. We'll do another big Secret Wars.
So I've read all the #1.
A couple weeks.
No.
Couple weeks. Also,
Wait, can I just talk about one? Can I talk about one?
Yeah.
Can we get through the comic book news? Because we still got the movies to go through.
Can I talk about Age of Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Age of Apocalypse was the fucking best book of all the tie-ins.
I liked it, but I never read Age of Apocalypse, so I don't have the most.
You know who's probably with me is Charlie.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I really liked it. I'm not sure I'd call it the best of all of them.
Yeah.
though.
I'm trying to think of what
I
was
enjoyed it.
better.
It wasn't bad.
It had the best art with the anime hair. Everybody had anime hair. Pablo Sandoval. No, wow.
I admit, I
Giants fail.
loved
What's
the
Sandoval's first name?
Holocaust look in that book.
Well,
Dude,
that's
he-
Fabian Nisi. So
he does a better Joe.
Gerardo?
Geraldo?
He does a better Joe Mad than Joe Mad does at this point.
Thank you, Ryan. That's exactly what I was going to say. Is it looks just like it reminded me of Joe Mad.
One of
Because the art
other
is inked?
one of the other books they announced was a Spider-Man Deadpool series by Zeb Wells?
Joe Kelly and,
Joe Kelly,
and
yeah,
McGinnis, right?
Joe Kelly and And isn't Joe Mad doing like the covers?
And
McGinnis. I thought I saw more Joe Mad stuff. Did they announce something at Comic-Con? And I'm not. Well, anyway, yeah. The guy is it Sandoval? The guy doing Age of Apocalypse?
Roberto? What the fuck is his first name?
I don't know, it's right there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not Pablo because he plays for Boston now. Okay, you were right. It's
Gerardo.
Gerardo.
Yeah.
Gerardo Sandoval. Dude, this fucking book was incredible art-wise, and the story was very good. Therefore, it is one of the top 3 best of the series. What contests it?
I'll give you the top 3.
Thank you. That's all I want from you, Charlie Hustle. Look, Master of Kung Fu also vying up there in the top 5. It doesn't affect the universe as much, so I would say it's not in the top 3. Future Imperfect, I haven't read number 2, but fuck, was number 1 good. What else is vying for the top 3? Old Man Logan, fuck, was that good?
Yeah, Old Man Logan would probably be my number 1.
A-Force number 2, I haven't read yet. Was A-Force number 2 good? Don't answer that, Ryan.
So, Comic-Con happened this past weekend, and while we had tons and tons of news about comic books, we also had the stuff that real people, that everyone's there for really, and that's all the celebrity and movie news and all this crazy movie
trying to make
news.
out with the comic, Bryce.
Now, there's one particular thing two particular things we're gonna save to the end. But I will start with a little thing for Bryce. And here's the thing: they showed Deadpool, they showed the Deadpool trailer, and they showed the Age of Apocalypse trailer. And for some reason, I mean, I understand they didn't want to release Deadpool because the special effects were incomplete. So there's a cam version out there. It looks like shit. It's the cam versions of trailers always look like garbage. I don't always watch them, and I broke down and saw the Deadpool one, and I was like, you can't see anything. Like, I'm really excited to see the real trailer, but some of the special effects weren't done, so they're going to release it in about 2 to 3 weeks, Ryan Reynolds said. So look for that. They also released Age of Apocalypse, and that's probably the worst of all the cam trailers. I got like halfway through, and I'm like, nope, just stop. I can't.
Well, the
see what's
Deadpool
happening.
one, the guy at least kept it kind of in screen.
Yeah,
the Age of Apocalypse guy felt
Yeah.
like it was going in and out.
I mean, I understand they want to release these the best quality they can, but have it done for Comic-Con or don't fucking show it, because if you're not going to release it, what's the point?
Wait, with these officially released trailers?
These are trailers at Hall H that showed to the crowd at Comic-Con. Yes.
That then people with their phones
I
leaked.
don't watch trailers of movies that I give a fuck about.
Yeah. So I am very excited for both of these movies.
But I saw the Batman and Superman trailer.
I am very excited to see the actual trailers for these. I would recommend staying away from the cam versions because they're both pretty low
they look
quality.
every time they say HD, they're crap. I mean, I went looking around for the better versions of them all, for the last couple days, and couldn't find crap for either one of them.
Yeah.
No.
Superman, Batman, I blew up on the big screen at home.
Yeah, well,
But the
We'll get to
audio
those guys.
on the Deadpool was okay.
Yeah,
on
you
the
can
one
hear
that-
it, but
and that at least made me happy with the tone and stuff that you're getting out of that movie.
oh, real quick,
Wait, what is cam? You said cam version? What is cam version?
Like
Camera?
Somebody
camera.
takes out their phone and records the trailer playing on the screen and then uploads it to the internet.
but they have to kind of hide it because they're not supposed to do it. And if anyone catches them, they get kicked out of the convention. So it's all shaky, grainy.
Oh,
off
it's
to the
crap, man. I mean, how can they
it's
expect them not to do it?
So it's not exactly. It's not an officially released trailer.
No.
But you watch it and then get
These are leaks.
irritated/annoyed that it's fucking terrible quality.
Yeah, well, Fox should just release the actual trailers because Marvel
Why
wasn't
don't you
there.
just fucking wait?
Oh, I am going to,
Okay.
but yeah. So
I'm going to, but I've already watched
I
this
should
and I'm
say
bitching about it.
for comic news, there actually was more stuff. There's stuff like the Eisners happened, and there's various other things. We'll talk about more of those later. We'll expand on some of
we
these
actually talk about the Eisners?
as we get some info. I think I sell 1 or 2 of those books. I sell Saga. I know that. But we talk about the Eisners every year. In a rare twist, way too much news for this Comic-Con. Usually there's very little actual news. This year was like fucking chock full of
Man, they
stuff.
listen to us.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, it became a Comic-Con again.
Yeah, I know. And it's a lot of comic news.
Oh, it was. It was.
What?
I mean, they got dumped on this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they got so much information coming out this year.
So again, I'm going to quick hit some of the stuff from the TV movie talk. We can obviously expand on it if you want. Wesley Snipes is talking to Marvel about doing some more Blade, according to Wesley Snipes.
Gotta pay those taxes.
I'm I mean, I don't know that I want a Blade series, but if they want to throw him in something or do like
on Netflix. I want to see Blade on Netflix. That'd be cool.
As long as
have him show up in like
as long as it sticks to like the first two movies, because that last one was a
it's
little
terrible.
Trilogy? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, he didn't like Trilogy.
Blade 3
I haven't
was
seen
awful.
any of the Blade movies.
What?
But I
One and two were
heard
great.
that Trilogy was the fucking best one.
No. What?
Isn't it
No,
Trinity?
the first one.
It's Trinity.
The first Blade movie.
Sorry, I haven't seen them.
No.
The first Blade movie was the best by far.
No. If anyone tells you Blade 3 is the best, they're lying to your
The gentleman
face.
that told me was a big Ryan Reynolds fanboy. So
Oh, okay, well there you go. That's why.
No,
that
two
makes
is the
sense.
best. Two's better. Two's better than one. Two is better than one.
I love
into
the
the
first
ranks.
Blade movie because
They are awesome. Like legitimately, really. It's the Marvel.
nobody knew
It's
it was a
Marvel before
Marvel
Marvel.
movie. I mean,
No.
when it first came out, it was like Blade and everybody, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
and then at the very end, there was like a little Marvel tag, like somebody took a stamp and just stamped it on.
Yeah,
there, and
no,
that was it.
yeah.
I get
Blade, they had free reign with Blade, and they ran with it, and they did really
They
well.
did a really good job
Yeah.
with the
But
Blade
it went to
movie.
Wesley Snipes' head. That's the problem.
Yeah,
So-
he's barely in the third one. It's mostly about
really?
Ryan Reynolds
Oh, really?
and like
Oh, yeah,
and
Jessica
Dark-
Biel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dark
yeah.
Dark Star. No,
oh,
not.
she's in it too?
no,
think so.
Whistler.
What's the team called?
Oh, Daywalkers.
No.
no. Night
Midnight
Stalkers.
Suns?
Night Stalkers. Night Stalkers. Yeah.
Wait, Brock and Charlie. Which one is better, one or two? Oh, we heard from these two.
I haven't seen him in a long time, but I've
Okay,
enjoyed
two
both.
starts.
No,
with
no,
a
no, no, no. I
fucking-
didn't ask you, Ryan.
Hold on. Two starts
What do
with
you mean,
a
hold on. It's
with
a
a
simple
fucking
question for them.
with a fucking awesome remix of a New Order song. So of course two is better. Okay.
Okay, thanks for interrupting Charlie, Ryan. You fucking ass.
Just go along with me. Go.
So, I remember one pretty vividly in terms of the story. I don't remember the story of two at all.
Oh, so it sounds like one
So
is better?
I think one's better.
Okay.
Just from
Brock,
the fact I can
it's
remember
2-1.
the story.
It's 2-1. Are you going to make it a landslide or tie it up?
Just tie it up. Fuck it. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
Just go.
3 is bad. Yay, we agreed. Move on.
Although not specifically comic books. We did see the first trailer for Ash vs. the Evil Dead TV show coming to Star.
Fantastic.
That looks good. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
Now,
Yes.
yesterday on the Geek Box, which you'll hear this weekend,
After this podcast.
I did see somebody post on there, Ryan Higgins, please start posting this stuff. We're tired of waiting for
Yeah.
for Ryan
Sunday
Scott to
night,
post.
12 hours before the next podcast is recorded. So, the Ash vs. Evil Dead trailer, Evil Dead, this is how I described it. Evil Dead 1 has like a comedy aspect, or a comedy ratio of like 1. There are like elements that are maybe funny, but not specific.
Well,
like,
it's
they're
a
not
horror,
supposed to be funny.
It's a scary
It
horror
is.
movie with
One is a
little
horror
humor.
movie.
Yeah,
Period. That's
straight
all.
horror
Yeah.
movie. Right.
Straight horror movie.
There is humorous elements, but you're like, oh, geez, like gory and laughing, but you're kind of
Yeah, but
uncomfortable.
nothing like two.
No.
Two.
Two brings it up to like a 4 or 5. I mean, it's still pretty horror, but there's a lot of comedy in there as well, and some very
Yeah.
twisted,
The middle
dark.
finger hand comes to mind. That's
Yeah.
so awesome.
Now, Army of Darkness is when they clearly ramp it up. Now, it still has lots of horror elements, but they definitely, at this point, you're ramping up to like an 8 or 9, right?
Yeah, but it was also like
skeletons go,
PG-13,
let's
I
get
think.
the hell out of here.
To me, what it comes down to is when they went away from the horror, it just became horror slapstick.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love Army of Darkness. It's
Oh, yeah.
one of my favorite movies. And,
Both versions?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I got, well, there's like 9 versions of that movie now, isn't there? There was like,
I know of two for sure.
Well,
maybe
they
three.
keep re-releasing it, so there's multiple versions you
Different
can buy,
endings.
but
Really?
it's
Yeah.
well, there's,
typically the same versions,
there's
just
2 endings.
new packaging.
And then there's a couple like versions that ran on TV that have
Yeah.
like deleted scenes reinserted and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So anyway. Here's my problem with the Ash vs. Evil Dead trailer.
Okay, now we're going to get into it.
It continues this growth of comedy over horror, and it's like an 11 now. I think they just went too far. It looks cool, and I'm sure it's going to be awesome, and I'm going to watch it, and I'm sure I'm going to come back and...
Bruce Campbell.
I'm sure I'm going to come
Yeah.
back on November 1st after I've seen it and been like, oh, I'm fucking stupid. This is the greatest thing of all time. But the trailer felt... They switched from horror comedy to comedy horror. They just went too... He's never serious in that trailer. It's always just Bruce Campbell one-liners, which it wasn't like that in the other movies. And I think they've just taken it too far. Again, it's a trailer. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're totally wrong.
But
It could be, that's
Of course
that's what
it's gonna
is.
put
It's
all
just a
the-
bunch. It's just a bunch of one-liners. I mean, they did that on purpose.
Of course, they're going to just put all the best one-liners that they can get away with in the trailer.
But if those are the best one-liners, they're not even the best one-liners. So, like, I want to love it. I'm sure I'm going to love it. I am really excited.
It's the return of Evil Dead. It is awesome. Get over it.
I'm right there with you.
All right, moving on.
The trailer just, I was like, oh, just.
So, just to put some context on this, I have probably watched the Ash vs. the Evil Dead trailer more than any other trailer from Comic-Con.
I've seen it like 2 or 3 times.
God.
I've seen it like 2 or 3 times.
Can we move on?
And I am excited. Yeah, Brock.
It's the next step towards Marvel Zombies.
There's a lot of shit
I've been waiting for how long for more Evil Dead?
We can go Ash versus Evil Dead and straight into Marvel Zombies.
Brock hates Army of Darkness, so it doesn't matter.
No,
so,
I like Army of Darkness. I like Evil Dead 2. I don't like Evil Dead.
Okay. Not confirmed, but we believe this to be true. There's a report that Ben Affleck and Jeff Johns are co-writing a standalone Batman film. Very exciting.
I read that too.
There.
Wasn't it reported that Ben Affleck may direct?
Did you say very exciting?
Very exciting.
Tell me why that's very exciting.
Because Jeff Johns is working on something, which means it'll be the best thing ever.
And Ben Affleck does a good job when he co-writes with people.
Oh, man. Oh, but we'll get to more of that in a little bit.
Can you just put my name on that?
Supergirl's Laura Vandervoort, Supergirl on Smallville, cameo in Supergirls. Look out for that. That's cool.
That seemed like a given that they'd do.
Oh, yeah. They're going to try to rope in all these people to come through here. I have no idea who this character is. Actor named Neil McDonough is going to be one of the new villains in the upcoming season of Arrow, and he's Damien Dark. I think he's actually a character for the New 52. I have no clue who this character is. I think he was in like Teen Titans, but I have no recollection of this character.
His name has an H in it, right?
Yeah, Damien Dark. Yeah. It's very. If anyone knows anything more about this,
So it's definitely a comic book character. I can even picture panels with him on it, but I don't remember the story around those
I think he's a new character.
Is it like from Shadow Pact?
No, I think it's a new 50.
one?
Yeah, I think it's pretty sure a new 52.
Oh yeah, he's from the Constantine stuff. He's been in Constantine and Justice League Dark stuff. He's part of the Mystic realm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, this is something we heard about a while ago, but now we got a change in company. The Riverdale, the Archie TV show, moving over to CW, putting CW now with 45.
I'm not digging, but man, come on. How can they come up with Riverdale and still Constantine is still dead? I don't understand it.
Well, here's something better you guys are going to like. Fear the Walking Dead, August 23rd, 2015.
That looks fantastic. I love that. I've been watching The Walking Dead and the Fear the Walking Dead trailers more than anything.
First official trailer shown at Comic-Con, and Walking Dead Season 6.
Yes.
October 11th with a 90-minute premiere, and they showed a kind of season-long, kind of sizzle reel.
Yeah, that trailer made me actually open up my latest hardcover slipcase and go, I have to fucking read this before the show comes back on.
So excited for more Walking Dead. And Fear the Walking Dead looks awesome. I'm really curious what they're gonna do with that. Because we're at the point where people are still alive and this society still exists. But and you watched The Strain?
No, I've seen the clips and back, but I haven't really watched it.
It's not the greatest show ever made, but I think it's actually pretty interesting. And it's kind of it's not post-apocalyptic, it's the apocalypse. So it's the start of everything.
Right.
And I have a feeling that we're going to see a similar type of thing in Fear the Walking Dead.
If any of you have read World War Z by Max Brooks,
and not watched the movie.
And not watch the movie.
What the fuck comment is that?
No,
it's way more popular to read the book and not watch the movie.
It's a real popular.
Because I threw that in because the only thing that the movie and the book have in common is the title.
The title.
That's it.
The book,
they have nothing
Bryce,
else.
The book is real popular.
Yeah, the book is amazing because it's interviews. It's interviews of people after everything's happened, but they talk about the stuff that the outbreak and how everything happened and how everything broke down, and then what was going on in the middle, and then kind of establishing society again. And it's done in a really, really good way, and that's why a lot of people are disappointed with World War Z, because it was just blah. It didn't have anything to do with necessarily the book or the book itself.
I haven't heard that many negative reactions to World War Z, the movie.
It's just not the same.
Yeah,
but I've also heard that
they haven't read the book then.
Unilaterally.
So Trip, as a big Walking Dead fan, what's your take on the show? How are you liking it compared to the book?
I'm
Different?
accepting of it.
Okay.
Yes. I love it, but yes, at a certain point I had to kind of forgive the changes and just accept what I'm seeing on the screen is different from the comic book.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Do you like Daryl?
Do I like Daryl? Yeah. I actually don't really care about Daryl.
No.
So I'll tell you this. I have a routine. Whenever the new issue of Walking Dead comes in, I burst open the boxes every morning, every Tuesday morning to find Walking Dead, and I flip to the last page to see if it's the issue where they introduce Daryl into the comic book. Because if they do that, I will then go to Diamond and order like 500 copies of that issue, right?
I think that's going to be a long time coming.
I don't think it'll ever happen.
Kirkman has said that they're not going to
I don't think they're going to introduce him at all.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting.
But my favorite characters have always been killed off, which is not surprising.
We talked
it is
about
The Walking
this,
Dead.
We talked about this last week. Brian K. Vaughan to write a Walking Dead story.
Oh yeah, with Marcos Martin.
Yeah.
But and it's only going to be though on their digital Private Eye or what is where they publish Private Eye.
Oh, is that where it's going to be?
I thought so. I thought that initially
okay.
and it'll probably be collected at a later date, right? They did it in return for doing a hardcover of Private Eye.
Yeah,
that'll be cool.
That's good stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah, Walking Dead, really good. Really excited for that. Who watched the Star Wars kind of making a video?
I did.
I did.
I did about 17,000 times.
That was your...
Yes, that was mine. Of the ones that I've watched, I probably watched Ash vs. Evil Dead, and then actually Star Wars, the one that I watched the most.
Yeah, if you haven't seen this little making a video, it is, man...
It's great.
I'm trying to be so just nonchalant.
I'm trying not to get excited.
Typically, you don't like watching stuff like that before the movie anyway. You like watch one trailer, and that's what you stick with. And
people.
No.
Yeah.
No, Higgins is the biggest phony. Higgins is on this whole no trailer train, but he is culpable every time of... I give myself one teaser and one trailer and maybe one trailer after that.
So two
and the
teasers
whole
and one
fucking
trailer.
point is that by a teaser...
I haven't seen an Ant-Man trailer since the first one in the theater. I'm like, I've avoided
well, it's
those.
good because they're giving away the entire freaking movie and all the teasers.
The
and
point
trailers
is
and
that
shit.
any single trailer, much less how often you say, I'll give myself a second trailer, but that's it. That is it. The point is that a single trailer gives away the best fucking shit. That's why you go no trailers or...
Because the SDC trailer that we're going to talk about soon doesn't count as the first trailer.
Oh, well...
It's
my point
not
is
even
that
a
fucking
trailer.
This guy waffles like nobody.
No. Well, my favorite thing about this Star Wars making a video is so many practical effects.
Yes.
So many sets.
Yes.
They look
they went
phenomenal.
back. They
Miniatures!
Yes.
Yes.
Please, everyone that ever makes movies needs to just look at these and be like, look, I love big special effects. Do not get me wrong. But there's something so much better about these practical effects.
For me, that's why I never really got into the remasters, because they changed some stuff on it, and then when they went to the first three, it was like everything was brand new. I'm like, isn't this
terrible.
stuff technically older?
I was
stuff
watching
I've seen?
Terminator 2 the other day, and the scene where they're chasing little what's his face in the T-1000s in the truck
John
and everything.
Connor?
Yeah,
Yes.
and they're going down the
We must have been
ravine
watching
and
it. Was it
everything.
on TV like 3 days ago?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I was watching it.
I was watching this being like, God, there's a reason why these movies are so loved and so well remembered. It's not just a bunch... I mean, obviously the T-1000 is a cool effect, but he's just the only effect.
The truck coming off into the aqueduct, chasing him on the bike. Yeah.
It is such a great... That is one of the greatest chase scenes, and it's all real. And I love it. I love it so much. And I just, you need more of that. I mean, I understand you can't have spaceships flying around. You can't have giant dinosaurs running around. I totally understand that. But you look at the dinosaurs.
But if dinosaurs were running around, Higgins would be there.
Oh, I'd be the first one there. I'd get eaten by a T-Rex, no problem. But there was such a big difference between the dinosaur in Jurassic Park 1 and then any of the other ones, because it looks so much better. The T-Rex looks so good in that movie to this day. So you just can't beat it. But that Star Wars trailer, or making of.
The making feature
behind the scenes.
I didn't get a chance to watch it. But I'm gonna
it's
watch it.
so good.
I was starting to get pissed every time they would. Every time they close the clapper on it, right?
Yeah. So
cut here.
good.
Yeah. Take two.
All right, couple more quick hits. DC Comics Robot Chicken, going to do a third special if you watch the first two.
Those things are hilarious.
Those are
Very
great.
funny.
They are
They are.
funny.
Bryce agrees.
That's probably my favorite DC stuff going on.
Bryce
right now.
can't say he likes something DC, but he can nod.
That is such
Without the camera rolling.
What was it? I always admit when I love DC, there's just not a lot of DC to love. I fucking think that the DC Robot Chicken stuff is so funny.
Yeah.
Mostly because of Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken hates Aquaman. That's why.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, fucking throwing Aquaman
Quick,
into
to
the
the
bus.
invisible jet, and they're all sitting there.
That's okay. Jeff Johns always puts a lot of input into it, so of course it's good.
Dude, Robot Chicken, those guys are fucking funny.
Co-wrote for Robot Chicken for a while, Jeff Johns. So he
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Jeff Johns is one of the top 2 best non-Marvel writers ever.
And I know this got a lot of controversy, but the internet needs to get over it. The Killing Joke is the next animated Batman movie being made. Killing Joke's amazing.
Why is the internet upset?
But by Bruce Timm, which
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, why is the internet upset?
Because
Sounds
it's
like
the
a
Killing
great idea.
Joke.
The Killing Joke has
What's the
become,
problem?
in recent years, the Killing Joke has become one of the most hated comic books published by the comics internet. It's stupid. People are stupid.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whole Batgirl scene, the
Yeah.
whole...
there's the whole Batgirl thing.
There's been a
Haven't
very
you
harsh turn
been on a
that.
podcast where we've talked about this at length?
Yeah, there's been a very harsh turn on that book recently, and people are
I
mistaken.
listened to the podcast. Unfortunately, I was not there when you talked about the artist had to change the art.
Yeah,
which-
Yeah,
that's
it's the
part
same
of it.
thing.
reaction.
Yeah.
Why did they fucking listen to the reaction? Does it affect sales that much? Like,
don't
what's
know.
the deal?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it would increase them if
it-
they kept the cover.
Yeah, it would have
It would
increased
definitely
sales if
increase
they
it.
kept the cover,
Yeah.
that Joker cover.
Okay, so it's not for business, so it's just for publicity. And
No,
good
it's
PR?
it's caving
PR.
to the masses is what
PR,
it is.
Yeah. I mean, look,
the only. Oh God, that makes me so angry.
no. Here's the thing. I totally understand, but they shouldn't have produced the cover in the first place. Then by pulling it, it's bad. It sends a bad message. They should have just been. You know what? We understand. We won't do it again. By pulling the cover, that gives a weird power to fandom that they shouldn't have.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And it's all 14-year-old Reddit people, right?
Yeah. Oh boy! Oh god! The destruction of Reddit over the last few days has been one of my absolute favorite things.
Oh,
I don't know if
fucking
any of,
shit is imploding.
I don't know if any of you guys follow this, but man,
It is out of control.
I am so happy to
You know
see
what it's
Reddit.
like? It's like Krypton in that garbage Superman movie. It is destroying itself.
I'm so happy to see Reddit imploding. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it.
Just like that.
Well, elaborate. I don't...
No, I won't. Just go read up on it.
That's another podcast.
Yeah, it's a much longer story.
It's some deep shit going on. Yeah.
We'll talk after. We'll talk.
Green Lantern movie that was announced by DC now has a new name. Green Lantern Corps.
Chris Pine.
That's a rumor still. I hope so, but that's still a rumor. But Green Lantern Corps, official.
He'd be great. He'd be great. Hal Jordan.
He would be. Yep. Yeah. And so, I
that's
think
not till
it's like 2020 or something crazy.
Yeah.
It's way out there.
What?
Yeah, it's way
Plenty
out
of time
there.
for people to drop off and
Dude, okay, wait. Can we go back to this Ben Affleck written
No.
Batman?
Oh, well, yeah, sure. Okay. Okay.
What the fuck? So I tertiarily followed all this shit. When is this supposed to come out? What is the
Right
data.
now, it is just rumor. It's
Yeah.
nothing confirmed. It's not like it came out during a
then how's
panel.
the fucking
or-
news if it's a rumor?
The rumor is that DC is going to mix up their schedule a little bit because when they had that original schedule of movies come out, it didn't include Superman and Batman movies, which there are going to be.
Yeah.
And this was kind of this is our layout, but there's, like Marvel's mixing up stuff because they're going to change dates because of Spider-Man, and they're going to change dates because of there's something else they mentioned that was going to happen. That's
Blade
going to
movies?
they shifted like Inhuman and Miss Marvel back or Black Panther forward. Like they moved stuff around post that initial announcement.
Sure, keep going.
DC is basically going to have something similar where we're going to get a Superman or Batman movie shoved in there that's going to bump stuff.
Shockingly, there's
obviously.
going to be more Batman movies
Yeah, of
than
course.
they originally announced.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they announced zero.
Where's that Cyborg movie I've been waiting for?
Yeah, well, they announced zero movies.
Fucking cyborg movie.
But there's going to be like 3 Batman movies in the next 10 years. Like, of course, because of Batman. But they're
Right.
going to be weaved into what they're doing with
that
Batman.
cyborg movie might get bumped a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see. Robert Kirkman's not done. He wants a third show on TV. Outcast trailer based off his Image comic. Pretty
Wait,
good.
what's the second?
Fear the Walking Dead? It's a spin-off show.
Okay. That counts. I guess that counts. Okay, you're
Yeah.
right. Sorry. Yeah.
Outcast looks pretty cool.
I like the comic.
You don't-
comic's good.
There's not a lot going on in that
I
trailer.
don't care for the comic. That's probably the first Kirkman book I've not really cared for.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting, but I've only read like the first trade's worth, so I need to.
I think my problem is that I don't remember what happens from issue to issue.
Well,
I probably should reread the
that trailer is like a shot-for-shot scene of like the first issue.
Yeah, the first 12 pages of the book. It felt like.
Yeah.
The devil possession one.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We'll see.
I don't know. I guess my general sense is I kind of wish more mini series would be done rather than full-on series for television. Just
that
because
is the truth.
Yeah.
If they pull their heads out of their asses, all TV networks, and this is just nerd like wish list. There's so many great properties that will never get made into shows.
Yeah.
That think about how much money gets spent on consultants for this. For like each of these networks are like, oh, we got to hire this consultant because he knows what's going on in the nerd industry, and they're like, oh, Hickman's really hot. Let's do Outcast. When it's like, this is a fucking tepid book. When there are so many great properties that will never get made into great TV shows and or movies, when it's like, oh god, you guys are fucking missing that boat. Shortest rant of Bryce ever. #.
We got some, if you're into the Flaro universe, we got some big news from those guys. Stephen Amell revealed his new Arrow costume, and also the name of the first episode of Season 4. Green Arrow. So, some big changes coming up to Arrow Season 4. Maybe move it a little more in line with the comics. Very curious to see what they're doing with that. They also cast 2 new characters for the next season of The Flash. That is Patty Spivot, who's a more recent character of the comics, and Jay Garrick.
I don't care about Patty Spivot. Jay Garrick, hell yeah.
And when we got the little voiceover in the back half of the little episode of the Season 1 kind of retrospective, they had a character named Zoom that they were showing, which may or may not be related to Professor Zoom from the first season.
I thought I read that that Zoom was labeled as the main protagonist for Season 2.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and we don't know anything more. Okay. I mean, whether it's the same guy or not.
We can't really know, because he jumped into a fucking wormhole.
Right.
What the fuck is going to happen now?
But the Jay Garrick Chrome Dome hat came out of the same wormhole. That's what I want. I want that to be.
So he's going to make an appearance. He's just going to come out, get his hat, and go back.
Well, no, because in that Season 1 voiceover, in that Season 1 recap, they had a little minute at the end where they showed quote unquote new footage, but it's just a blue streak running, not the Flash, and it had a voiceover by Jay Garrick talking to Flash.
Nice.
So actor Teddy Sears and actress Chantel Van Satin is going to be Patty Spivot.
Hope they don't mess with his costume too much.
In the comics,
blue jeans and a red shirt.
In the comics, Patty's kind of like a alternate love interest for Barry.
Yeah,
so, works with him at the police station.
The work relationship.
We also have another character confirmed for the Supergirl show. That is actor Peter Facinelli is going to be playing one of my favorite characters of all time, Maxwell Lord.
Okay, so we have Rip Hunter on DC Legends. Come on, give us Booster Gold.
We need the blue and gold.
Give us blue and gold. Come on.
If you're a fan,
you got Booster and Smallville. Okay,
that was great.
Obviously saving those for next TV show.
Yeah.
It'll be their team up practice show before they do the Flash Green Lantern
Buddy
movie.
Cop show. The description,
blue and gold.
They should. The description of Maxwell Lord is Maxwell is a green tech billionaire who enjoys a friendly rivalry with Cat Grant. She's the one that runs the newspaper not the newspaper, the newspaper. Yeah. The media. Sorry,
isn't it like a magazine?
It's like a multimedia conglomerate, and a fascination with the city's national city's newest arrival, Supergirl. So Maxwell Lord coming in, really good.
DC is just kicking it with the freaking TV shows.
A lot of good shows coming out. A lot of good shows.
Marvel can't hang, man.
My TiVo can't hang at this point.
Yeah, I think comic book people are going to be like, TiVo, DVR, you need to give us more slots.
Yeah, it's getting really bad. Also, not specifically comic books, but pretty close. We finally got a release date for the new Doctor Who season, and that is September 19th on BBC America. And we saw a little 1-minute trailer of some various stuff, including Arya Stark, who's apparently going to have some relation to the Doctor.
Yeah.
He seemed pretty shocked to see her. Maybe surprised she survived Game of Thrones. I don't know. But the actress that plays Arya in Game of Thrones is going to be in this new season.
I heard to bring it back. And apparently, they warned her not to spoil anything while they were filming.
Oh yeah,
I heard they're bringing back the actress that played River Song, but not as River Song.
Yeah.
Also.
Well, I saw something about that they confirmed they were bringing her back, but like not for Series 9.
Something like that. Yeah,
it
was really vague.
No, this isn't on our comic book news, but it is on. It did hit my news. Was MTV's coming out with the Shannara Chronicles?
Yeah, I saw the trailer
which
for that.
Is a fantasy book by Terry Brooks that I read when I was younger, and I loved the books as a kid. So I'm really, really excited for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if any
Younger
of you...
when
Sword
you were
and
33.
Elfstone.
Yeah, when I was 33. No, this is when I was an actual
pretty cool.
kid, small. So
No, I read those books too when I was
yeah.
in second grade or something. They were good.
All
I liked
right,
them.
now it's time.
All right, you people ready for this?
But
What?
Doctor Who Lego Dimensions closest you're going to get to a crossover with Batman.
The Geek Boxes and GameSpot's Justin Haywald interviewed Peter Capaldi about Lego Dimensions.
I know. I am beyond jealous on that at this point.
So you're gonna come down just a touch, Justin, to say I was close.
He was complaining on the Geek
for a
Box.
second, so he's now thinking
That's
about
not a denial. So.
He was complaining on the Geek Box about not being able to get press access or get in the Hall H or anything. I'm like, you interviewed Peter Capaldi. You don't need to go to Hall H. You talked to him directly for 20 minutes. You're fine. Don't worry about
You shook his hand.
See, I just wanted to know this was happening and gotten permission to be like a fly on the wall.
Yeah. So let's hit.
Because I would have gone down to San Diego just for that.
I think anyone would have. Oh, here comes Toby.
That's a big fly on the wall.
I don't care.
That'd be hard to hide, dude.
I'd even cosplay as a fly.
Man on the wall.
Let's hit the
That
big
should
two.
be a Patreon backing thing.
Charlie's fly costume.
Is a fly.
So while the trailer was only released at Comic-Con, it was later leaked, and Warner Brothers was forced to release it online because a pretty decent copy leaked. Not great, but decent enough to be watchable. Better than Deadpool and
Higgins
better than
watched it a dozen
Stayed
times,
up
I'm sure.
a lot longer than
Yeah.
this stuff normally does.
Yeah.
That's the thing that surprised me the most about all these leaked trailers. Typically, they're up for
minute.
seconds.
Well, Ryan caught them when it came out, and then I found out about it later on in the afternoon, and they had taken most of them down. But about an hour or two later,
More popped up.
You
can't stop. You
Yeah.
can't stop it. Once they're up, it's gone. Suicide Squad official first trailer. Now I'll give this a full trailer. This is a trailer. Some of these others, like Superman, Batman, was that's kind of teaser. If they're calling this a teaser, then I'll watch.
mean the
No.
3.5 minute
The
one?
link. This is not a teaser. Is not 3.5 minutes.
Well, this is like the Age of Ultron.
Comic-Con trailer
Yeah.
on Warner Brothers' side.
The Age
I'm
of
calling
Ultron
it a
trailer, the first thing they released was 4 minutes long. I'm
Yeah.
like, this isn't a teaser. This is just a straight up trailer.
I just want to turn the volume up on this play right now.
But Suicide Squad.
Okay, it went up
Hit me.
yesterday.
Yeah.
It went up yesterday.
What's
and
this? I mean,
it's at 18,380,826
Oh, my
views, and it
Yeah.
went up yesterday.
and Warner Brothers didn't want to put that up. What did he do?
Oh, they were bitching today.
Yeah.
They're bitching because they put it up because because of all the bad copies that were out there.
Yeah.
They're like, well, screw it. Everybody else has
All right,
seen
now,
it. So
now to show you
So
kind of
how much would that translate to ticket sales? That many views?
No, hold on. The Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice trailer, which they released on the 11th, which was 3 days ago, has 27,581,893 views,
And that did come out right after the.
and that came out right after the panel.
It came out first.
Yeah.
Oh, the trailer for Suicide Squad
No.
Batman, Superman.
came on Facebook first. Huh. Interesting. So there's even more downloads. It's even more views than that.
Yeah.
Well, so Suicide Squad, long-awaited DC property that Jeff Johns and various other people at DC are huge fans of. They've been trying to do something with for years.
And then they did it on Arrow, and they're like, "Oh fuck! Now we have to pull it from Arrow."
They did it in Smallville. They did it in Arrow. Always shoving the squad into someplace, and now we're getting the full-on movie. That trailer
I had
was
tingles the whole fucking time.
it's about what I wanted. Yeah. It looks like this. I mean, okay, this is the modern New 52 kind of take on the Suicide Squad. It's elements of the original, but there's a lot of the modern stuff in there as well. So if you're looking for a lot of the elements of the classic one, you're probably not going to find a lot of it, but to me, it feels kind of like a mix of the two.
The stuff that if you're curious about it, the stuff that you would need to read is the Adam Glass stuff from the New 52, which I think is trades 1, 2, and 3 from that series. But
just read it all.
Yes, read it all. But I'm trying not to break their wallets right now.
But all the New 52 stuff has been good.
There's something ridiculous that happened today when we put a comic book on the wall.
Oh yeah,
Suicide Squad #1 from the New 52 was $40 last week.
Yeah,
it's now over $100.
Sales on eBay doubled over the weekend. Insane.
What's DC Legends doing? 1 and 3.
Still about the same. About the same. That hasn't gone up quite as much. The New 52 #1 for Squad is skyrocketed in the last couple days. So
Tripp's going, I think I'm going to sell.
I think it's time to sell my run. Yes.
A lot of Harley Quinn in this, which makes sense, especially for a Comic-Con crowd, that they're going to throw a lot of Harley Quinn in there.
I think what this is they're pumping Harley, which is really good because it's attracting to the team, and there is the Batman aspect that
you see Batman.
You see Batman on top of the car.
A second.
Yep.
So although we knew it, confirmed,
and they're doing and Joker, of course, is a big push.
The Jared Leto Joker, so we finally kind of see him in action, and whether you like the grill or tattoos or not, he acted dead on Joker. Like if you don't like some of the visuals, sure, okay, I'll spot that. It doesn't look as typical Joker, but
it's based off of the All-Star Batman and Robin Joker stuff.
Maybe.
Because in that one he was all tatted up,
but he had like a weird dragon tattoo.
He had the
or
dragon
something.
tattoos and
it's
stuff.
Not the same.
But that's kind of what they're going with.
Maybe I don't know.
Not that specifically, but they're saying they're going with that kind of style Joker.
Possibly, I have no idea, but.
To me, if you kind of take the tattoos away and stuff like that, he actually looks more traditional than any of them.
Yeah.
He's skinny. He's got the right form, and the traditional.
He had those gloves on.
I don't understand the rotted out teeth, but okay.
Well, take the street out of him. He looks more traditional than any of them.
Yes, I agree with you. Yes, yeah.
Maybe he just really liked Jaws from Bond.
Maybe.
So everyone, what's your take?
So August is my birthday month. So if this movie comes out like around the 12th...
We get a birthday month now?
Well, that's the month of my birthday, and they haven't released an actual date yet. But if this comes out, I told my fiance that she can plan a Suicide Squad themed party around this. I am super excited for this movie.
How old are we when we stop getting birthday
I'll
parties
go back to
thrown?
themed. I don't care. I don't care. It's coming out around my birthday. Yes.
You're getting a bounce house too, right?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Suicide Squad bounce house?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll have a Harley stripper in there. Yes.
His blade sticking out. Yeah. Nice.
Many may enter, all but one may leave.
All right, so I'm not a huge fan of Suicide Squad. I followed them through a little bit through it. I have my #1s and stuff like that, and I've picked them up, as they go through. But the trailer looks really good. Killer Croc looks amazing. I love that. I love the design on him. Harley Quinn, the girl nails it. Jared Leto for Joker. Looks really, really good. Again, like Toby was saying, you take away the tats, take away the rotted teeth and stuff, and he does look like the most traditional Joker you've ever seen. But
Other than the most obvious visual elements of the character, he looks identical to the original character.
No, okay, look, all right. I've never presented a Joker like this one before, so I'm interested in it. Okay, I am interested in it, and I wasn't so sure about Will Smith as a Deadshot, but
we don't get a lot,
but you get a picture of him in the Deadshot mask and everything, and I like it. I think it works.
The weird pimp outfit that he's wearing. I don't know what that's all about, but as long as he's wearing the Deadshot outfit, I think
that's something to do with his backstory with his daughter.
Yeah. So.
He's not pimping his daughter. I just wanted to clarify that right there.
Well, you haven't seen the movie yet.
Well, true, but. No, you and I talked about Will Smith before. Anything when it was first announced and stuff. And I was a little, no, that's not. But then, I Google searched Will Smith and just looked at images of him, and he nails the look of what's his actual name?
Deadshot.
Deadshot. What's his actual name? Floyd Lawton. He and sometimes when he has his mustache, dead on looks like Deadshot. So I'm like, whatever. I don't care. Looks good.
Far end of the table.
So I only watch trailers of movies that I don't give a fuck about. So I did not watch this trailer because it is more likely that I will see this movie than in the theaters. That is, than Man of Steel, Batman. So I'll pass it along because I didn't watch it.
Okay. Trip, Charlie?
I agree with Bryce there. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, but I'm a new Suicide Squad guy. So New 52 is when I started reading Suicide Squad. So other than, like I said, the Joker looking a bit weird, and that's just because I'm an old man. Yeah, it looks good. It looks very good. I was very surprised when I watched it last night.
Yeah.
So I really, really like this trailer. For the most part, everything seemed completely dead on to me and worked to me. The only thing that threw me a little bit was the idea of Harley Quinn and the main cell they kind of showed her in that was surrounded by like another cell and that kind of stuff. Harley Quinn's not the Joker. She's not like Hannibal. She's not like, she is deadly. She is dangerous, but not necessarily more dangerous than anybody else on the team to me. Like, yes, if you give her the proper weapon or tools, she's more dangerous, but not when she's in prison, in jail.
Maybe it's not. Maybe the reason they put her in a cell like that is not because they're afraid of what she'll do. It's afraid of what everyone else will do.
Well, it could also be, the unpredictable nature of Harley and the Joker.
No, I just
crazy.
It's just one of those
things. Could be protecting her from the Joker, right? I mean,
protecting her from Joker.
And
it could be,
as I said, that's the only thing that threw me. And out of an entire trailer of phenomenal things, and beyond the look of Jared Leto as the Joker, just the way he delivers that line at the end, and just that psychotic Joker that I've grown to love much more than I should love any psychotic.
What is it? I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to do real bad.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yes, please.
Well, I mean, that's the idea of the Joker to me in a lot of ways is he will kill bystanders all day long, but if he actually cares enough, he's just going to torture you.
Yeah. So DC Comics at this point in time should just change their name to Batman Comics because we have Batman and the Suicide Squad, Batman and
DC
Green
Detective
Arrow.
Comics,
Batman and Superman.
Yeah, that's literally what it means.
That's not. Wait.
Yeah, DC stands for Detective Comics.
Really?
Yeah, originally.
Yeah, that was their first comic. It was,
and they just branded the company around that.
Yeah. It was DC, or it was Detective Comics was the first comic, and then after a while they just named themselves.
So when you say
DC.
Detective Comics, when you say DC's Detective Comics, you're just being redundant. So because it is Detective Comics.
Or if you say DC Comics, you're actually saying Detective Comics, right?
Yeah.
Wow, so we're all idiots.
No, most of us know this already and just accept it and move on.
I was going to say mostly me. Okay, so we have so interesting. All right, so Batman and the Green Arrow, Batman and the Suicide Squad, Batman and Superman. Okay, so why haven't they officially rebranded the whole company?
I mean, look at what the books they published. They previous to recent, they were half Batman comics. I mean, it's always been that. So.
I knew that they were all, like, fucking DC was like 60% Batman, 40% drivel. But I didn't know that it was 81% Batman, 19% drivel.
As soon as you start just adding weekly titles, if you count them as 4 issues put out a month, yes,
but I mean, if you look
get
at
a lot.
If you look at characters that are directly part of Batman and his family, I mean, you have to include stuff like Batman, Superman. You have to include Batmite, Black Canary, Justice League,
Red Hood Arsenal,
Red Hood, all the Robin stuff, Nightwing, Batgirl, Grayson. Gotham Academy, Gotham City Sirens. You're going back a handful of years. Dude, all the various Batman books.
Batman is fucking
Harley and Power Girl.
He's so awesome. Batman.
He is. Batman's the best.
Is he the best, or is Nova the best?
That's a good question. Nova's the best, but Batman's pretty good too. I have 2 lists. I have the list I tell normal people, and then I have lists that I tell people in the comic book store.
Okay, so A and B test: Speedball or Nova?
For what?
For who do you like better, Speedball or Nova?
Oh, I mean, Speedball is my favorite.
Okay,
it's like Speedball and Morpheus. It's like I go both extremes.
How about Nova or Namorita?
Nova.
Nova?
Yeah.
Interesting. How about Namorita or Night Thrasher?
Now, hold on.
Namorita.
Are you saying
Toby's just waiting? Toby's waiting for me to say someone more than Night Thrasher, and that's probably never going to happen.
How about Gambit or Night Thrasher? I'm sorry.
What's option C?
I'm only saying that because Toby's right there. Okay, what about seriously though? What about Namorita or Justice?
Oh, see, that's more equivalent. I actually give you Namorita on that one. I really like Namorita. She's a cool character. Justice is a little blah for me.
Okay, so what about Namorita or Firestar?
Firestar, no question.
Okay, what about Firestar Nova?
Nova, still.
Okay, this is
Nova's number 2.
This is the Rich Rider Nova. I want everyone to clarify.
Yeah. Okay.
Nova's number 2.
I'm pretty sure we have other stuff to talk about.
Hold on. What about Sam Alexander Nova or Wolverine?
Me off the top of a building, okay? Just plummeting to my death, okay?
Okay.
But
get back to your DC
let's talk about the absolute, no question asked, most important, biggest piece of news from Comic-Con. One of the most important things in years.
Podcast.
Dude. Are we going to really spend like a fucking hour talking about DC this podcast? I don't get to come here every week.
I think Ryan wants to get home. So, no, we probably will not be going.
Damn you, Charles. Zing.
Batman v Superman.
Okay, can I go first?
Official trailer. Hit me, Bryce.
Okay. There's
Not
a
physically.
scene in this fucking trailer where Batman is in like the fucking Middle East and he's wearing cargo shorts and a fucking trench coat and goggles and he's being shot at by the fucking Superman police and you're just like, what the fuck, Batman? You wear a fucking trench coat if you're cold, if you're Ryan Higgins, or if you're like, trying to like have extra pockets. Batman A has no problem with pockets and B, like, what are you fucking cold? He's also wearing the costume in the scene. He's wearing a trench coat over his costume. What the fuck? And there's a Superman, so I don't know what's going on.
Am I the only one who thought Red Sun during that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's wearing fucking cargo pants over his costume. What the fuck?
Okay.
Is it really cold there in the desert when you're being
hold
shot at by the Superman super police?
I can't explain most of that. It really is a scene where people are like, whoa, what's going on here? But the rumor is a portion of the movie is about this kind of religious kind of cult that has sprung up around Superman. All those guys with like the white face paint, kind of the juggalo looking guys that are like reaching for him. The Superman police, quote unquote. This isn't like Superman all of a sudden like, I'm an asshole, I'm going to start shooting people. No, it's like this is kind of, again, the rumor is it's this like kind of cult that has sprung up around
him.
him.
People with the face paint were Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah,
he was
so did I. What the fuck are you talking about?
No,
I agree with Brock.
they're part of this like Superman like
around Man of Steel. That's not that uncommon.
Various groups of people that have kind of sprung up that are looking to Superman as kind of like a god. And if you look at this first trailer, when this kind of they're like, oh, he's not a god, he's an alien, blah blah blah. You kind of see that there's this kind of political back and forth between elements of the people that are obsessed by him and look at him almost as a religious figure, and then the media and the more extreme people on the other side. So
look, you fucking get summoned to court. He has super fucking speed. He can't change into a suit and walk into court in a fucking suit.
Well, the people
like
know he's Clark Kent.
No, because he wouldn't be wearing glasses.
He's Superman.
So
That's Superman.
No, you're being an idiot. He should have changed into a suit to be a gentleman.
Seriously, this is what you're bitching about?
Oh, I wait till Brock starts.
I could go. I have fucking like list by list. Look. Let me talk about the whole trailer. I honestly hope that this movie is great. I really do.
You don't have to hope, my friend.
Well, you have to partially hope.
Would I be holding that S symbol in my hand if I was hoping? So I think that this movie will not be good. I think that you will fucking love it and just want to suck its beep terribly, and you will go online and
you don't have to think that either.
You'll say like it's the best superhero movie ever or whatever you said about Man of Garbage. And
Garbage.
Awesome.
Keep going.
Anyway, so seriously though, I really hope that it is good. I don't have a lot of faith in Zack Snyder. He's done some good. I've loved 300, but that's the only thing that I've loved. Ben Affleck has fucking gray hair, dude. My Batman, doesn't have fucking gray hair. My Batman also doesn't wear headgear when he pulls the tarpaulin off the fucking bat symbol. What is that metal jaw thing that he has around his
Oh, that's straight. That's straight out of freaking Dark Knight Returns.
I've seen Dark Knight Returns.
That's the
So which Batman are we? Are we fucking Dark Knight Returns? Like, they're starting their Batman mythology with this fucking quote unquote multiverse with Dark Knight Returns. Like, doesn't that sound
older? It's an older Bruce Wayne. It's an older Batman.
So we're already with old Batman then.
Yeah. Okay, this is Batman's been retired for a number of years, sounding like it could be even as much as 20 years based on some of the lines from the movie, the trailer. But we are starting with basically Batman has not been around for a long time. Then Man of Steel happens, and as far as I can tell from the trailer, Batman's family at that point dies.
Okay, so we have the origin of of Superman and really Wonder Woman, and what will be Aquaman and fucking whoever else they cameo in this movie, and an old ass Batman.
Yep.
I mean, that just seems short-sighted to me.
They've often played Batman and both Batman and Superman in the comics as older. Not so much the New 52, but especially Silver Age and Golden Age. But then even in the post-crisis, they've always played them as late 30s at the youngest. So Superman used to be like in his 50s, like 50s or 60s pre-crisis.
So the best character in this movie, I'll tell you right now, is going to be Aquaman. The second best character in this movie is going to be Wonder Woman.
You don't even see Aquaman in that trailer.
No, you don't.
No, but he's going to be in it. And he's going to be
like half a
Khal
second,
Drogo,
probably.
and you're going to be fucking blown away. Are you kidding?
So.
He's going to be the best character. So Superman, I mean, he's already lame, although he looks the part like nobody. Fucking Hope Man, his girlfriend Amy Adams, when she's like rubbing his chest, and she's just like,
"All right, Bryce is touching me, and I'm getting uncomfortable."
This stands for something. Anyway,
it stands for we hope this is a good fucking movie.
Yes.
Okay. Trolling aside, I hope that it's
Rub
a
the
good
Buddha
movie.
belly for luck.
I don't think it will be. There's too many fails. The fucking trailer, there's like this thick-bodied Batman to it. Like, he's fucking jacked. Ben Affleck is fucking jacked. But like, don't replace jackedness with like him being a badass. Like, that's not a 1-to-1. Like, you can't make him more fucking buff and have that equal more awesome. Like, it doesn't work like that. The Batman logo is like a fucking rectangle.
It's like the Dark Knight.
That's the Dark Knight Returns.
I get that we're altering things with the times, and that is how it has been with Frank Miller. But that doesn't mean that it is the Batman that should go along with the beginning of the Justice League. If that's what they're trying to do, which I think that they're trying to do. I hope that this movie is good. I don't have a lot of faith. I'll let you guys go now.
So, Dark Knight Returns, Batman goes back to the old school, goes back to the old symbols, the old stuff like that. So, also, the armor, he's not jacked up, okay? It's armor. I mean, he is just freaking solid.
Dude, his fucking armor is like as thick as he is.
I know. What, you're going after Superman? Wouldn't you want something?
And there's a scene where he's like on a building and he's dodging Superman's like fucking eye blast.
Yeah.
In what fucking world? By the way, okay, yeah, that looked awesome.
Yeah.
In what fucking world is Superman missing with his eye blast? Like, Ben Affleck is not a fast guy. Like, how is he missing with these? He has super speed and eye lasers. How is he missing this guy on the fucking corner of the roof? He has X-ray vision, eye blast, and super speed. What the fuck? How is he missing this guy with his little hook and ladder on the side of a building? Ben Affleck is old. He has gray hair.
He has the aim of a stormtrooper. I mean, come on. It's not that good.
I am 33 years old. I have a fucking couple beers at night, and I am groggy in the morning. I'll tell you that. And Ben Affleck is a little older than me, and he is fucking not dangling off the sides of buildings, dodging eye lasers from a super fast superhero from a destroyed planet.
You do know that Ben Affleck's playing a character, right?
You bastard.
That shot is also the cover of
Dark Knight.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the
lightning
coming
bolts
down.
and him jumping off the side of the building.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I liked it.
And I don't know if you guys
Have you ever read Dark Knight Returns? I'm just curious.
As a trade, not as an individual.
I'm not sure if you guys caught it. Did you guys catch the Robin costume?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't catch it. When
So when he's in the cave, or when he's in his seemingly what's going to be like part of the Batcave with there's
I don't
a
know if he's
costume.
in the cave. He might be
He's
in
somewhere.
the penthouse.
It's
It
got
might
to be
in
the cave because there's that Joker tagged Oliver's costume.
Yeah, that's Robin's
Bruce
costume.
Wayne has different locations where he.
There's an R symbol on it. It's like a different color. It's like a kind of goldish color, and there's an R symbol on the chest. It's Robin. I
thought it was an old Batman costume.
There is a pretty strong rumor that Dick Grayson is dead in this movie. Toby just threw something at me. So I don't know how, again, I don't know anything. I don't know if that's true. I hope it's not, but this is a rumor. And what Charlie was saying before, I don't think Bruce's family dies. That thing that
what did you say
The
before?
paper.
that paper he gets, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I mean, the movie's about Batman coming back out of retirement because fucking the 9/11 of Metropolis and Batman specifically, his family, quote unquote, being his friends and coworkers and the people that work.
What the fuck are you talking about? There was a scene in the trailer of him being a little kid and Joe Chill killing his.
Well, we don't know. Don't jump that's him and his parents.
You don't jump that it isn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking it's not. I don't know that we're actually going to see that scene. But that scene where he's running into the, I mean, that's Wayne. That's Wayne Finances, is what gets destroyed in Metropolis. So I think when they say family, I'm thinking it's partially a reference to the Bat family, maybe Nightwing, but it's also a Robin, but it's also a reference to those people dying. Like, why didn't you come out? Why did you give up the cape and cowl?
So this is one of those weird things, especially going into the timeline of everything, and Bryce's points to a degree in terms of starting here. I would not be surprised if they're not saying that they're continuing the Dark Knight series, but if they actually are, because Wayne goes off. Nobody really knew Bruce Wayne was Batman at that point,
right,
except for like Gordon and a couple of. So he goes off with Selina. He leaves, who we find out later is Dick Grayson, to sort of pick up the mantle at the time. We don't know what happened after that. If you fast forward 20 years, it's entirely possible that Dick gets killed somewhere along the way. It's entirely possible that
Joker's not dead. He's one of the rare characters not dead in the Nolan verse.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they very well could softly connect it to the Nolan movies and never say yes or no either way. But
when you get
publicly on just saying about the multiverse, wasn't that like a big announcement?
I think they did.
They will never connect this with the Nolan verse.
But that all being
wrong.
said, you have history in the comic books of if Bruce did settle down with Selina, they have Helena and all that, which
I would love if they brought in Huntress into the comics, Earth 2 Huntress. That'd be awesome. Or into the movies. I mean, a variation on that.
Earth 2.
Yeah. Strip. You weren't. I think you're. I think you're sitting on the correct side of the table. I don't think you're a very big Man of Steel fan.
Never saw it.
So wow,
Never saw it. Really? Never saw it.
Wow.
Had no interest in it.
It's
no fucking interest.
It's really good.
No, it's not. No.
It really is.
No, Man of Steel.
Yeah, it
Wait,
is.
We're talking about the previous.
I'm just going to say it. I fucking hate it when people start bad-mouthing movie they haven't seen.
Because I saw trailers and it did not interest me at all.
No, watch the movie.
Still, trailers do not always do a movie justice, or sometimes the trailer looks phenomenal.
Bryce has a new
But also, bad word of mouth can keep you away from watching it, right?
Bad word of mouth from people with either agendas or blatant misunderstanding.
Oh, like your agenda with Green Lantern?
Oh!
No agenda there. I just like the movie, but I'm not going to defend that movie and say it's the best movie ever made.
But
Man
you
of
like
Steel,
it, right?
I do. I like it, yeah.
Do you like it like you like Man of Steel?
No, Man of Steel is way better. But I like Green Lantern, but like I said, I think it's like a B. I'm not going to say it's great. Man of Steel is top 3 for me. It's phenomenal.
What's one?
Dude, Charlie, you cannot fucking get
But all right, so here's the deal. Let me be fair. Let me be fair.
Hold on. I don't think anything can be Dark Knight.
You know I love Spider-Man. Let me be fair. I love Spider-Man. It took me forever to watch the first one. I have never seen the second one.
Amazing
Spider-Man 2. I've never seen Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay, I was going to ask.
And I have it on Blu-ray.
No, those are or the other one.
No,
those are legitimately shit. So you're not missing anything.
So it took me at least
a higher Rotten Tomatoes score than Green Lantern.
It took me at least a year to see Amazing Spider-Man, and then I never saw 2 in the theaters. I bought the Blu-ray, and it's still sitting unopened in my house. So let me clarify: I'm not just bashing Man of Steel. I really have gotten to the point. I think I've reached a little bit of comic book movie overload.
Yeah.
Where I've had, or saturation, where if it really doesn't capture my interest in the initial trailer, I'm probably not going to see it.
Okay. I mean,
so why'd you buy it?
So
because I love Spider-Man, and I assumed that I would watch it with my kids, and they have had no interest in watching it.
So just so everyone knows,
Great.
Yeah.
Man of Steel on Rotten Tomatoes gets a 56 and an audience score of 76.
Did anyone read this Business
Wait,
Wire?
Brock's not done, Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was done.
I thought you were compared to Green Lantern.
You want me to do a Green Lantern?
I thought you were.
Oh, Green Lantern has like a 12%.
Yeah, it's probably
or
terrible.
something. There was I think Business Week or Business Wire, I can't remember. There's this fucking troll-ass article that, again, it's the same bullshit, talking about Man of Steel and why the Batman v Superman trailer was garbage and blah, blah, blah. And people keep going back to the same point, and it makes me so frustrated. They're like, oh, everyone misunderstands Superman, yada, 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 same garbage you always hear. And they bring out the exact same example that everyone uses from one of my favorite comics of all time, Grant Morrison's All-Star Superman. And they say, look, this is Superman. And there's a scene where he's on top of a rooftop talking to a girl and stops her from committing suicide and basically saying, hey, we're all great here and blah, blah, blah. That is one page in one comic that is a great scene, but that's one page in one comic. You can't make a 2-hour movie based off one page in one comic. And if you made a Superman movie where he talks to a girl and stops her from committing suicide for 2 hours, Warner Brothers is not going to be making a lot of money in that movie. People think they know what they want from a Superman movie and stories. And comics, I'll give it to you, that they can do better Superman comics than they have in the last maybe 10, 20 years. There's been great Superman comics, and there's been some pretty terrible ones.
God damn, dude.
Movie-wise.
Fucking arguments every time.
Oh, and it's never going to end until the entire...
What is the audience score,
literally,
Brock?
until the entire world understands
Or
this.
you going
Dude,
Green Lantern?
The
audience score. The fucking critic score is 56. The audience score is 76. You're honestly trying to convince the audience that it's a top 3 fucking movie?
People go into this movie with like the hate against this movie from people that are just either with some bizarre ass agenda or just completely misunderstanding the movie have caused this bizarre internet thing that just causes more people to hate it when they've never even seen it. Not right. Calling you out.
But you didn't let me finish here, so let me.
Okay,
when you're done,
He
go
has
ahead
a
and
fucking
finish.
predilection for interrupting, just like I do.
Yeah.
Well, so the last thing is, and again, one of the other.
You're going to say something like that?
So in the trailer in Batman v Superman, one of the main complaints about Man of Steel was the lack of color. I don't know if anyone took a moment to really look at the color scheme in this movie, but it was much more colorful than Man of Steel. So if that was an issue of yours, then hopefully this seems to have been addressed, at least in a number of the scenes. And also, the completely wrong assumption that Superman saves no one in the movie, which I gotta look up this guy's name. Awesome person on Twitter sent me this link of
I watched it. That was really good.
Of people going through and counting how many times Superman physically saves someone, kind of emotionally or like kind of like an asterisk saves people, kind of not directly but kind of indirectly, and then it kind of finally counts. So I believe he directly saves 43 people in the movie, indirectly saves about 10 or 12, and then saves the entire population of the Earth 3 separate times in that movie. So if you think Superman doesn't save anyone in Man of Steel, fuck the fuck off. You're a fucking troll-ass Bryce retard, okay? I'm sorry, but you are fucking wrong. It makes me... fucking infuriated that this fucking hack job against Man of Steel continues to this day.
Dude, your fucking anger is misplaced, my friend. You are saying that my argument is based on saying that he saves no one.
No. This isn't your argument. No, that's not your argument. This is troll ass idiots on the internet that are like, who doesn't even save anyone?
So to quote you, you're referring to troll ass Bryce.
Well, I'm just making fun of you. It opens with him saving everyone that's on a friggin' oil rig.
So
here's where Brock comes in and proves that he's the troll ass Bryce retard.
No, I'm not a troll ass Bryce retard.
So just to be clear,
I have a question. At the beginning of Man of Steel, is he Superman?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Shut your face.
He's always Superman.
No, he is not always Superman.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
No,
Disguised
he is not.
Disguised as Clark Kent.
All right, I have a question. If he is Superman, then how he has not worn the symbol? He has not talked to his dad. He's not learned that his name is Kal-El. He has learned nothing of his heritage. He is at that point Clark.
Brock.
He is not Superman at that point.
You are 10 years old and you shoot a person. And kill someone. When you were 36, did Brock Sager shoot a person and kill someone? You have changed and had crazy life experiences, and various other things have happened.
Because my name was Brock Sager.
Guess what? We have now entered a audio forum for Man of Steel.
So the thing is your save counter starts before he turns into Superman. Where you can say he's Superman, that is your opinion, but Superman is a combination.
Who's worse, Bryce, me or Brock?
Is a combination of multiple.
Dude, you're both devolving into this save number counter, which is I thought
because it's the fucking same people that are like,
this is what's
everything
funny.
wrong with Man of Steel in 17
if you do the
minutes.
Avengers 2 save counter, he doesn't count that they saved the world.
I never thought that I would be the one saying this, but can you both please stop raising your voice and talking over each other? Because that is like the last thing I expected myself to be saying to the two of you.
It's the counter to this troll internet. Everything wrong with everything in 12 minutes. Blah blah blah. I'm going to nitpick and come up with actually legitimately false information.
Okay, Ryan.
YouTube.
Is this hashtag Ryan Rant?
Yes, YouTube culture. Fucking the worst. The worst.
So can I say one thing?
Please,
so that being said, having not seen Man of Steel because I had no interest in it, and after watching the first trailer of Batman vs Superman, and I thought it looked terrible.
Don't waffle.
This second one,
don't waffle,
has me interested.
Excellent. Good to know. You come with us opening weekend.
Well, no, wait
a minute. Hold on now. I didn't say I'm going opening weekend. Hold on a second. I said it has me interested in watching it in the theater potentially.
But it has you interested in watching a Batman v Superman movie.
Yes.
Can we all admit?
Superman movie.
Yeah.
Even though she doesn't have
Is it Batman versus Superman or is it Superman versus Batman?
Batman versus Superman.
BVS?
Because they knew if they put Superman first, they would.
Not versus.
Batman Victory Superman.
Can we all admit?
The V is for vagina for Wonder Woman, right?
Jesus.
I saw that online.
Can we all agree to something?
Wow.
Those two scenes of Wonder Woman were fucking awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
I disagree.
Oh, shut up. God damn it, Toby.
Podcast, right?
No, because we don't get to see any context of it.
It doesn't matter.
Toby, if you're going to be on the podcast, be on the podcast because nobody can hear you.
She's kind of the weird part. You don't know what they're going to do. You don't know how involved she's going to be.
Dating Bruce.
That's very possible, or at least the potential of it. But going back to that Justice League Unlimited episode, there was definitely some, because you see her in, Diana Prince.
She's going to get a nice dress, get into a nice car.
Yeah,
Clark wouldn't be able to go to a function like that.
No, but she's talking to Bruce in some fashion there. But that's where I really hope she steals the show because I really want to see a good Wonder Woman because Batman and Superman we've seen so many times. This is her first shot. And Aquaman and all these other major characters. I really want these guys to hit it right off the bat and. I'm very, very excited to see the other characters.
I was disappointed I didn't see Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see that.
Dude, I think that's going to be a cameo. I think that he's going to steal the show, but I think that he's going to be like a
There's
cameo.
supposed to be like cameos of him and Arrow and Flash and Cyborg and... So what the hell?
Now you're getting into crazy rumor mill.
Crazy Higgins, like start raising your voice.
We don't go into crazy rumor mill here.
I try to avoid it. I try very, very hard to avoid it.
Do you like how when we were all yelling, especially you fucking bastards, Charlie was just like
shaking his head.
He was just like typical Charlie.
I am so excited for this movie.
Oh no!
Yeah. Very,
dude, can
very
we fucking talk
so.
about something important like Marvel?
You just looked at them. You just looked at the Secret Wars wall. No, we can't talk about Marvel.
So what are the release dates for these movies? 2016?
Yeah, it's
sometime both next summer for both Suicide Squad and
March and August. Suicide Squad is August.
Is August?
Yeah, they moved Batman and Superman forward because it was going to be right up against Civil War, and so they went, we're going to pull that up a little bit, which is a smart move. Civil War is going to be huge. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Civil War's next summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's the May movie, so...
Awesome.
Very excited for that. But Man of Steel. Oh God, or Batman v Superman. The Batmobile looks so good. That scene of him just
I loved him ripping it apart. Oh my God, that was fantastic.
Just ripping the top off the Batmobile.
And then old ass Ben Affleck is like, my back is hurting.
Dude, did you see
but
that part?
I'm going to slowly get up out of this Batmobile.
He fucking
and I'm going to stand up in front of you.
He knee drops Batman or Superman through a skylight.
Yeah.
Like, oh come on.
Yeah, he would totally win in a physical fight. What the fuck are you thinking?
Did you see the giant...
Hey, wait. You saw Luthor had kryptonite.
Yeah, big
there's kryptonite around. So
do you guys want to fucking talk about what a fucking loser Jesse Eisenberg looks like?
Oh, he looks awesome.
Red cape.
No, he looks like the red.
You think he looks awesome?
He looks like the red-haired Luthor from from the Return
Alexander.
of Superman stuff. So
He looks like
Alexander. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how they're going to play him. I mean, we got a little bit of
the red capes are coming.
That's funny.
Wait, you thought that was good?
I thought that was funny.
No, I'm not mocking you.
Dude, I thought that was a fucking joke. The red capes are coming, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, you get a little bit of his personality, but I really want to see kind of his overall plot in here. Yeah, I really curious.
I also want to see his overall plot.
Now, what I'm hopeful for is that this movie doesn't have too much in it. Because we saw that with Spider-Man 3, where they just crammed so much into that movie that it destroyed the movie overall.
Okay, all right.
The stuff with Sandman was amazing, and then Sandman disappears for like most of the movie. Yeah, because you don't know. How do you not like character development?
Sandman doesn't kill Uncle Ben. Fuck that. No. That's the worst.
They didn't need that. They didn't need that either.
No.
I have a tough time defending.
But anyway, keep going.
I like the jazz dance. That was fun.
Oh my God!
Fucking dumb.
When he changes costumes by flicking his emo hair to the side.
Yeah, that's great.
I was thinking of Ryan. I was like, this is how Ryan changes costumes.
See, if animated GIFs existed, but when that movie came out, they would have been all over Twitter of just that scene. But no, it was just too soon. He was too soon. Sam Raimi missed it by a couple of years. So good though.
I'm sure you can bring it back.
I will. I'm going to bring that back. The hair flip. Yeah, it's the walk-in. That's the funniest scene in the movie. That is such a good scene.
Dumbest
Where he's walking.
Literally the best scene in the movie.
It is so funny. And it's just so bad. It's great.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I love it. I love it.
Anyway, we can agree that Man of
movie,
Steel was terrible and that this one hopefully will be good. Let's talk about some Marvel. Age of Apocalypse was great.
Well,
it's 9 o'clock already.
We are well
But you
over.
fucking already 100%ed Arkham Knight. Look, E for Extinction was really good.
I love how Bryce thinks
for the secret,
Arkham Knight is more important than my family. It's kind of awesome.
Wow.
We will have so much more to say about Batman v Superman in the next 10 years. But at least we now have a good view on the trailer here. So very excited. Very excited for Age of Apocalypse, too.
But we don't have a good view on the trailer for that.
I'm talking about the fucking comic book. The comic book is really good. Anime hair. Everyone has anime hair. It's fucking
Trip.
Awesome.
Thank you very much for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Before,
I was going to say Olivia Munn as Psylocke is exciting.
Yes.
Before we get out...
I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
I did like the news of her having to be KY'd in order to get into her costume.
No spoilers.
I must have missed that.
The only spoilers I get are from this fucking podcast.
Before we leave, though, we do have a few things that we got to talk about here real quick. We have to thank our good friends, Jody Larsen, who's at the Canon, the Triad Comics Anthology at triadcomicstudio.com. Go read that book. It's an anthology book they're putting out, so go check that out. We also have to thank Julian Titus at the Nerds Without Pants podcast at pixelbit.com. That's PIXLBIT.com. I finally have to thank my great friend
Bryce
Albert Soy, who this has been a long time coming. He's been a supporter of this podcast for a long time customer of the store as well. He actually finally got his thing up ready. He's got a company. He formed his own tech company in order to create his first app. It's called Plant Everywhere. This is a photo sharing app. I actually got to kind of alpha test a little bit of it. Very cool stuff. Available only right now on iTunes, but coming soon to Android. So check it out. It's called Plant Everywhere. It's like file sharing app. Or it's like a photo sharing app You discover friends and local photos by being kind of nearby, and you have ways to kind of audience. The people that use the app kind of upvote and downvote certain photos. After a few days, you're able to see anything. But if you're close by, you get to actually see it first. It's a pretty cool idea. They're working with a lot of different ways to kind of gamify it and kind of bring in connection to Facebook and Twitter and all that. So they're just launched, so they're looking for input. So definitely check it out.
So, Albert, are you going to be data mining our family photos like Google does? Because that's what Google does.
I don't know. I don't think so. But it's called Plant Everywhere. And yeah. He says that he's going to have a more official thing soon. But he says a new way to share and discover contents by your friends or favorite podcasters as well. So we're going to be doing some stuff with this coming soon once that's all up. So
good luck,
cool.
Dude. Good luck.
Check that out. We also want to thank Josh Epstein?
You fucking dare.
Oh no, we have printed paper here that has confirmed. Oh, grab that book too. We have a printed paper. The one back
That
there.
is the fucking most annoying shit.
You're telling me. I have to deal with this every week.
I am saying it to you because I can't believe that you have let it go on as long as you have.
Our good friend of the podcast, Josh Epstein, has sent us a nice box of.
In what world is it Epstein? He is so fucking annoying.
I don't know.
Ryan Scott, what the fuck, dude?
I know.
You're an otherwise cool dude, but it's Epstein.
He sent us a big box of some interesting different flavors of snacks. Some of these are for us, some of these are for the Comedy Button, for Ryan Scott to eat during the Alcoholocaust. But actually, Bryce, we should get you on that. You want to drink alcohol that random people send you from around the world and record it?
Challenge fucking accepted. What the fuck? This sounds like heaven on earth. What the fuck are you talking about?
I think you had him at free booze.
Do you want to drink booze with like scorpions in it and like made from bizarre things and in containers?
Give him the snake venom.
The testicle of
Dude,
monkey.
I will throw this gauntlet down right now. I don't even know who is on this podcast, but I will outdrink them.
All right. We sent us some good stuff. We also want to plug his. He's got a webcomic called Two Lonely Guys at Two Lonely Guys on Twitter and Facebook.com/Two Lonely Guys comic. So check that out. And it's Epstein forever. And finally, man, we're getting people send us free shit all the time, and I'm like, yeah, send it. I'll plug your stuff totally. We have Jeff Judkins, I believe, wrote a book called A Date with Angel. If you heard the Geek Box last week, you heard us talk about the amazing premise of this book. So it's on Amazon. Go check that book out now. It is very fun stuff. So so much cool stuff. Everyone, thank you all for all your support, all your donations through Patreon, patreon.com. Don't forget that. Patreon.com/Comic Conspiracy.
Can I talk about Squadron Sinister?
In a week or two when we do another episode.
It was
all about
really good.
Secret Wars.
It was really good. I'm shocked that you didn't like it more.
I reread it. It was better. I think I was not in the right mindset.
It's like a fucking Stormwatch book. I couldn't believe that you didn't fucking love it.
It's pretty decent. But we're going to go now. Don't forget to visit geekbox.net so we can listen to all the other episodes there. Forums at geekbox.net, and the Geekbox Facebook group is where you can go talk to everyone. Go talk to the fans of the podcast and us, where most of us are on there as well. Digital.comicsconspiracy.biz. Go there. That's your digital site. Buy there. All the comics on there come also through the Comixology app. So if you buy through there, they're on your app. Tons, insane sales recently. Mm-hmm. Tons of books, like tons of great DC comics, tons of big Marvel trades. Super cheap.
Crisis, Infinite Crisis, and Crisis on Infinite Earths for like less than $15.
Yeah, super, super cheap stuff. So always check those out. Patreon.com/Comic Conspiracy. Again, go there, donate to the Patreon. Conspiratorbrock.com. That's Brock's blog and video pull list. We have the Infinite Long Box podcast and Wanderers in the Fourth Dimension. That is Charlie's two other podcasts.
Wait,
go check those out.
Who is this on Two Lonely Guys? This first comic is funny.
Epstein?
Josh Epstein is the Two Lonely Guys?
Yeah.
Dude, Josh, this first comic is funny.
Yeah, he printed out a whole bunch of the copies for us here.
I've only gotten through the first one, but I got a little chuckle.
We're all on Twitter. I'm Ryan Higgins. Ryan. Brock is Brock Sager. Bryce is Larsen. Bryce. Toby is Toby XI, who'll be on next week to regale us with so many tales from Comic-Con. Charlie's Insanity and Chaos. Jim is LD Exterminator. Trip, you podcast. You got on Twitter. You want to promote something. You want to...
I'm on the Twitters.
You are on the Twitters. What's
yes.
Twitter?
At T-Bacon.
T-Bacon. Okay.
Yeah, try to spell that, though.
B-A-K-U-N.
B-A-K-U-N.
Oh, you just forgot it's a U.
That's right.
Yeah.
Strange Russian spelling.
Bakun.
So if you want
Why did you try to get the actual T-Bacon name and then just like redirect it?
No.
So
I'm not that smart.
If you want Trip to pick you up a bunch of stuff when he goes to Japan next, hit him up on Twitter. I'm sure he'll be happy to do that for random strangers.
Yes, of course.
He's going to be afraid to check his phone in the next few days.
There's going to be like 90 people asking you for that Rob amiibo, too, by tomorrow. The Geekbox Comedy Button, good job running the All Talk podcast or other podcasts. Go listen to those.
Are we doing Happy next week?
We are just about to hit 2 hours, so we are more than done. We could do Happy whenever everyone's ready. Charlie, if you want to do it, we'll do it next week. I'm sure we'll.
Reread it.
All right, we'll do Happy next week and get another book club pick. All right, we are out.